The reason is because I'm going live. Shh, shut your mouth.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
okay. I hit add a level.
I love you, son. I love you, Mr. Silas.
Think strawberry ice cream?
Oh yeah, this is my secret stash.
Oh God.
Come here, Noah. Come here, Noah, dude. Mr. Naked Noah. I love you, buddy. Okay. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No problem. Yeah, so I hit add a level, so I did go to 6th level, but now I don't know what else I gotta do.
Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and go to your... We're going to go to character. We're going to go to classes, and you are a ranger, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and you are level 6, so you get a ranger feat and a skill feat. So that's what you need to do is go to your tracker button on your main tab. And by the way, we're live, guys. I probably should have told you that. And what you'll do
your naked children.
Yeah, my naked children. When you go to your tracker button, you'll see those feat quick filter buttons in the middle of your page. You see them?
Yep.
And gen, skill, class. You're going to go to skill and class, and you're going to choose one from the list. You don't have to choose one that is commensurate with your level. You can choose one that's lower as well if you would prefer it. So take a look through it and go from there. Make sense?
Cool. And that's it.
Awesome. Yep.
Thank
All
you.
right. Quick checking in.
Can you turn up your microphone a little bit, Prankster?
Yeah, I have to adjust it because I can really belt it, and I don't want to But when we're playing, obviously, I generally don't get louder than this.
Yeah, I was just checking the stream to make sure I can hear everyone.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Mic check for me. Listen to me, everybody. How do I sound, Blue? Oh, it's delayed in the stream.
You sound like a fucking nerd.
You all sound like fucking nerds.
That's true. Okay, I'm going to do a quick check-in with everybody to make certain we're good. Wade, how are you on leveling? Do you need any help? Are you good?
I should be good.
Okay. Bees.
I'm good for now. What I would like to do is to totally respec all of my feats to take the archetype for the Last Wall sentry. Because he was a knight of Ozum at Last Wall, and I feel like, why would I not do that from the beginning? Because I didn't know how.
Clean it.
Gotcha.
And now I do. So I want to redo all of his feats with this tree, because it makes sense for him to be the Last Wall knight guy. But that'll be an after tonight session thing.
Okay. We could talk about that and what you'll need to do that. It'll be about 100 gold per level, something like that. And then also you need to have a week for each level. You're retraining, but yeah, you'll be fine.
That sounds probably the real rules.
Jester? Yeah, those are the real rules. Jester, how about you?
Skill feats suck. I wish they were better, but I am good. As soon as I figure out these stupid skill feats that are useless.
Okay, awesome. Good to know that you're very encouraging.
Yes. Fuck
great.
skill feats.
Okay. They're really not that bad, folks. Jester is just mad that he can't min-max it, that's all.
Min-max
That
would
he
be
can't
angry.
effectively min-max it. He's still going to min-max it.
Yeah, good point.
That he can't easily know what to min-max.
No, I'm just teasing him.
You have to put in the work to min-max in this system.
Weren't you doing a whole medical thing, but then you abandoned it?
Me? No, never. I was doing crafting.
No, you got godless healing or something. I specifically remember that.
No, we were talking about getting godless healing just because it fit the character profile, but then we got Irish, and then Irish kind of had to back out, so I went with crafting and recalling knowledge as easily as possible.
All right, legit.
Which is why I just took automatic knowledge, because it is now a free action for me to recall any knowledge.
Progress.
It was either that or bonded animal.
That's fair. Rogue, I want to suggest a feat for you if you are still interested in doing the medicine route, just because I know that was something that you were kind of into. Irish took a skill feat that was really helpful. If I could, I'm just going to curve off her sheet to look. It was called Continual Recovery. It's a level 4 feat, and it says you zealously monitor a patient's progress to administer treatment faster. When you treat wounds, your patient becomes immune for only 10 minutes instead of 1 hour. This applies only to your treat wounds activities, not any other patient receives. So, what that means is instead of like taking 1 hour to treat wounds, you could do it once every 10 minutes, which makes it a little bit more usable. And then I think like there's another way to like level it up to where it's like 1 minute later on and other iterations of it later on. But I think this is like a step you need. But you also need to have an expert in medicine. So I don't know if you have that, but just so you're aware, I think that might be a good one to consider. This has no water in it and I'm sad.
Sounds good. Skills, medicine.
Guys, I am remarkable. You know what's funny? How it really can help you recover. Tonight, I near the end of my set, it was like 6:30. I was kind of like waiting. It was like 6 o'clock. I was waiting to eat, and I knew I wanted to eat during my gig, so that way I'd be ready to like just roll for later on. And my last gig I played at this place, I came home and I was like dog tired, and I just fell. I was so tired, like on the bed, fell on the bed. But tonight I ate, and I got home, and I'm like, "How you like me now?" So, all right, we ready to do this?
So you're a fan
nerds?
of eating. Good.
I am a fan of eating.
Good review for food.
5 out of 5. I give eating 5 stars.
Good.
Highly recommend. Everyone should try it. Yeah.
Now,
It's,
now, question is, what would you recommend as eating? Would you recommend, eating a cup or food?
I would recommend eating food. It's more
Okay.
nutritious, and generally it won't kill you.
I've seen people eat glass before.
I didn't say it would kill them. I said it probably wouldn't. Yeah. I don't eat glass. That's what you should not. You should. Yeah. Don't eat glass. Eating glass is bad. Eating glass is bad. Okay.
Can I eat a chopstick?
Okay. Blue, I didn't get to say it louder earlier, but thank you for your sub earlier. You're the best.
I'm also a founder, so
What does that mean?
It's all right. Blue's
That means
just
I got
a
the-
sub.
first to sub to you.
Founder badge.
Just
I think it's the first 20 people to sub to you get the founder badge.
Oh, legit. All right. Well, then legit. Yeah.
Found her.
And-
I hardly know her.
All right. Well, if you guys are good, I'm going to go ahead and recap us. Are you good for a little recap, Zoni?
Okay, I'll take a nap.
I didn't see reason. Oh my god. I'm gonna kill Maj. Who is Lammin?
It's all right.
What is this?
No one. That's a backup character I was going to work on.
Oh, okay. So, okay, I don't mean to be insensitive. This is not me trying to be a dick. I'm only asking because this character is dead and he's in the character selection.
Because I can't delete them.
May I delete them?
Yeah, it would. Every time I open this game, it breaks my heart that he's an option for me to choose.
Oh,
Oh, leave it. Leave it.
Yes.
I
yeah.
can't delete the character. I can't
Deal
delete
with
the character.
his failure.
Now I'm leaving it. Yeah.
There.
Let him wallow
It's
in
a form of psychological warfare.
It really is.
Okay. Okay, in all seriousness though, Peas, I know I tease you about it a lot and you get a lot of shit for it, but you didn't know that you were a level 1 character going up against the Whispering Tyrant and yelling obscenities at him. I mean, who would have known that? Who would have expected that a GM would have thrown like a level 20 boss at you when you were level 1?
Well, now
So
I know.
I just
rat
want,
survived.
yeah, because you rolled a natural 20. I abide by the natural 20.
It would have been a TPK in the first
and
session.
I had like 3 different shields up.
Oh my god, yeah, I was going for like total tone setting, and I think it worked. I think it worked. All right, so let's go ahead and, well, first off, hi everybody. Now that we're kind of getting some stuff done, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of, we're going to play a little role-playing game called Pathfinder 2e, which I'm hearing is growing in popularity for unknown reasons.
It's like a certain ghost.
You could say it. Yeah, I was going to say they're not like, it's not like Voldemort. He's not going to like appear.
They also don't have time to watch your stream. They're busy doing damage control right now.
Yeah. They're
and trying to take money out of nerds' pockets because they think nerds are an obstacle to their money.
Oh, so douchey. Well, let's go ahead. I'm going to ask everybody to introduce themselves as well as their character. And the question I have for you this week is, and this is because we're kind of getting to some survival stuff, right? And also because we've been watching a lot of Naked Afraid in my household. If you had one item that you could bring with you into a survival situation where you're just like out in the boonies, roughing it, trying to survive, what is the one item that you would take with you? And today we're going to start with Maji. Go to Vy'nia, Azgrymn, Dirge, and then we're going to end with Bees. So I'm going to try and stagger. Because at Bees, I feel like I make you go first all the time. So I want to give you the opportunity to go last. So I'm going to put Jester on the spot. Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, perfect. Because I already know. Because I am kind of I don't have a stockpile of ammo and food and ready to go. So, my name is Jester. WickedJester. WickedJester 00. I play the character Maji Ward, who is a short rat folk who likes to ride his noble steed, which just happens to be TheBeez character, Sir Hammond.
And he's kind of very timid, but he for some reason always takes the last hit for his friends and rescues phoenixes and
It's true.
likes to cast fireball now.
It's true.
He also sleeps in a hole.
Now, survival. Everybody knows that there is 3 main things for survival that you need. Food, water, shelter. Right? Fire is psychological. It can help you a lot, but what is the most useful tool that you can bring out into a survival situation?
Swiss Army knife.
No, I think it is the Spetsnaz shovel.
Do tell.
Spetsnaz shovel is basically an e-tool or a small collapsible shovel
An e-girl.
that has a fine
Why that path wide?
cutting edge on it. It can be used as an axe. It can be used as a shovel. It can be used as a killing implement, a killing tool. It is sturdy, made of metal. It's folds up, and it's compactable. They actually issued these 2 Spetsnaz, Russian Special Forces, because they were so useful. And I think the U.S. military is the only military force to have a confirmed kill with an e-tool.
Wow. That's crazy.
Confirmed. You
All right.
know there's some fuckers that are just like, I'm gonna beat somebody with a shovel.
Yeah, but look at that.
That's just what we call Saturday night here in the Lorette house.
Very useful tool. Look it up if you ever want to have something on your go pack to save your life.
I know.
Rogue. He'll be back.
Rogue.
His cameras, he's gone rogue.
Messing up the stream. God dang rogue. I continue, I'm sorry.
But yeah, look it up. You'll see how useful and versatile that tool can be. It's even got a serrated edge, so you can saw.
That's pretty cool. We're like a trippy MC Escher thing on the stream. There we go. Now we're not anymore. But now everybody's all mixed up until Rogue comes in on camera. Dang it, Rogue!
I do not
God-
know what's going on. with
God dang it, Rogue! I'm just kidding. I love you.
It's not a game unless Rogue drops out. Hey,
True.
I'm Prankster again. Oh,
8
never mind.
times.
No, you're not. Oh,
I
okay.
was for a second.
Well, I'm glad you're back, Rogue. All right, thank you, Jester. All right, Vy'nia, what's the one item that you would bring? And all that other stuff.
Character.
Swiss Army knife. A really expensive one.
Cool. And who do you play?
I play. I have kids.
Cool. Me
Sorry.
too.
I play Vy'nia Piercer. She's
Legit.
a gunslinger catfolk. And then I am Blusvekia. So
Blusvekia.
you will learn about Little Miss. I don't like messes, but I'm also starting to get pissed off at the world. So
Is that Vy'nia?
yeah,
I wasn't certain if that's you.
as we're playing. Yeah, yeah, maybe. Both.
Cool. All right. Thank you. Next up,
Rogue.
get ready,
I
Jester.
am Rogue, and I am playing Azgrymn the Pale, who's the Ranger. I'm a little bit of like a survival buff too. I've always loved studying that stuff and always been a big fan. And no matter how much studying I've done and practicing in survival, I can't get down how
Fire?
to make a fire without a damn lighter. So I think I'd bring a lighter or some kind of torch.
It's the one thing
Yeah.
you know you're gonna need.
Yeah, because
I
it just
just-
saves so much damn time,
No.
making a damn
Alright.
fire.
Can I just point out that I did take Girl Scouts for the first 8 years, for at least 8 years, and we did survival training out in the snow in northern Michigan, and I was able to start a fire with one match.
That's cool.
So
That's cool.
That's fun.
I want to learn how to do that like Egyptian bow drill thing.
Yeah, all that stuff. I've
we
practiced
learned
that stuff.
we learned all that stuff. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
I learned on Naked and Afraid, it helps to have two people using the bow drill because one
one applying downward pressure, one running the drill.
Well, actually, the way that they were doing it was each of them was on one side of the bow, and so like one was pushing and then the other was pushing, and so there was equal force, and it kept it even, and so that seemed that it was pretty effective. Yeah.
But man, I've made so many cool like deadly traps that were like that I've read for like killing rabbits and all sorts of animals, but I've made them human size. And my father
Like the serial
one day,
killer. That's
yeah,
awesome.
like I had this really cool fort with all these deadly traps, out in the jungle. And then my dad came in one day and he's like, "Do you know about a devil worship fort out in the woods with like satanic symbols in the trees and a bunch of deadly traps?" And I was like, "Yeah,
awesome.
that's
I know
probably
about
my
it."
stuff."
Oh, that's my stuff.
It's like dead snakes hanging up, and I'm like, "Yeah, I loved bow hunting and all that stuff."
Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
well, you
Human
got to take
skin.
that down because the local pastor keeps wanting to go out and consecrate it, but he's old, he might die.
I would assume so.
Just imagine your dad coming in with a cup of coffee, he's like, yeah, you gotta like take down some of the worst stuff, disarm some of the traps, make him feel like he's doing a good job. But...
That's hilarious.
Sorry.
Awesome. Okay.
You got experience
and who?
in building traps, Chris, or setting up traps. Remember at your old house?
Oh, that's true. We had. Oh my God.
I was living with Chris, and I was a country boy, and there was like mice at Chris's house, and
We had
he
a
was like,
really-
"You gotta."
yeah.
Sorry, I'll let you go.
We had
I'll let
a
you
really
go.
wet spring, and unbeknownst to us, they chewed a hole in through our garage, scurried up into our like attic, and we're living up there. And I thought, okay, there's a couple of rats or whatever. And I asked Wade. I was like, Wade, you've done hunting and trapping. Would you mind killing? I'm not like really big on killing things either. So I was like, would you mind doing this? And he's like, yeah, I know that. I was like, I think I could do that. So he got up there, and he wasn't really having a lot of luck. And he's like, well, maybe you can do it, Chris. Give it a try. I was like, okay. And so I got up there and I put a trap, and I was like, well, at least I don't have to watch it die. Like that's the hard part. And so I put like some peanut butter on it and all kinds of stuff, and got the strap ready. And then like that night, I'm just like sitting at my computer, and I hear a snap, and then I hear thump, 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 thump,
I'm the worst.
thump, thump.
He comes into my room. He's like, "Wait, I think I got one."
Yeah, it was terrible. And so
I just hear
okay,
knock at my door, and I'm like, "Wait, I think I got one."
and shit. Okay, and so this is the gross part. And we're not like super messy people. We clean up after ourselves and the like. And so we were like, okay, you know, so then I would go and I'd retrap it and retrap it and retrap it. By the end of like a month, between Wade and I, we had killed 30 rats.
It was upwards of 30 for certain.
It was ridiculous. I just kept thinking like, okay, it's got to end. It's got to be here. What the hell is going on? It was gross. It was gross. So anyway, I'm sorry. Rogue, who do you play? What is the character you play?
Azgrymn the Pale. He is the ranger.
Legit.
And yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Legit. All right, well, let the next person go. Whose name starts with it? I always want to be like, all right, you're next up. But then I'm also like, what? Why have them introduce themselves if I'm saying their name? And I always, it always feels weird. Anyway, go ahead, you guy.
I am AgitatedMax. I play the character Dirge, Hot Dish Dugan, the scoundrel rogue. Kind of a Lando Calrissian character, but Wisconsin-y. And I think we've all been going a little bit too tame as for what we would take with us. With any one thing we would take with us. What I would take with me is, well, my friends, I would take the Kampfpanzer Leopard 2A7 main battle tank.
Someone's been watching Tank Girl. Or not,
The Leopard 2A7 Plus was developed and qualified for the new tasks of the German Bundeswehr. The vehicle proved themselves in deployment in Afghanistan with our NATO partner, Canada. It has heavy defense, which everyone in a camping survival situation needs just someplace you can stay at or get out of the elements, The ballistic protection is like very thick, angled protection, so the rain would slide right off, and any other threats, bears and the like. It has mine protection, so if you're, going in some dangerous territories, I'm just looking on the website of.
I'm just saying facts about the tank.
One on Amazon.
They've got a remote-controlled weapon on the top, a stabilized remote control weapon station that can be equipped with a wide range of weapons. So it doesn't say what type of weapon, so I'm assuming I could fashion a bow and arrow and put it on top of there, It's got great fire accuracy, so I could use its thermal imaging to find any deer or like in the area.
You would obliterate the deer. There would be nothing left over.
Your dinner would be like licking the deer off the tree.
It's got air conditioning as well, so I'll be glamping in my Leopard 2
for all of maybe 4 days until it dies, and then all you have is protection.
Well,
not bad, but yes.
No, it's still not bad. That is
glamping in a tank is glanking, I think.
You could just run through the forest and kill all the trees.
I think I got some glanking whenever I was at Bora Bora.
Wow. All right. Thank you for that info dump on that tank.
Did you tell us about
Appreciate
Hot Dish yet?
Yeah, did you tell us about your character?
I think your mind went blank.
Yeah.
I was overwhelmed.
Like, we're going a little tame on what we're gonna bring. And I'm like, are you gonna say like?
I saw your face, and I was like,
awesome.
He thinks I'm going sexual with this, doesn't he?
What are you bringing on the island?
Moving on to our last but not least player. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, I'm TheBeez. I'm playing Hammond,
Bukh.
I'm not playing Bukh. I haven't played Bukh in some time. Today's the anniversary. I'm playing Sir Hammond. He's Knights of Ozum of Last Wall, who's trying to take care of this group of refugees, and he has a really fun relationship with the rat folk. The tool I would bring, I'm trying to think of like what tool, like the biggest tool that would help me survive. Probably WickedJester.
Yeah, I am a massive tool that would help you survive.
Yeah. So that's what I would.
You'd survive,
He has
but
a
you
massive
wouldn't.
tool.
Oh my gosh.
I would min-max the hell out of that survival.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Well, my name's ThePrankster, Chris, and I am your friendly neighborhood GM. And we are fixing to play. As for the item that I would bring, I've been. It's hard. Like, I think I would just bring a really. I'd bring a really solid. I'd bring one of two things. I would either bring a bow and arrow for hunting, or I would bring a machete. And I think the machete would be really important because, like, you can get rope and cordage from around the area. You can build a shelter. There's just a great all-around tool. But the bow and arrow, like, man, it is hard to hunt. And, like, the traps can sometimes work really great, and sometimes they don't. And so, like, being able to shoot at something at distance and keep safe, you know, and get food on the regular would be good. Like, there's a bunch of things you can use for out in the wilderness for other, you know, things like making fire and the like, which would be a pain in the ass and you have to learn. But you figure you can recycle the bow and the arrows and stuff like that. So I feel like between all of us, we'd have like one fully functional party. We'd all spend time in the tank, right? That would be our shelter.
That would help.
We would
Just
send
imagine
you.
we're like the startup to like the adventure. Everyone's like, I brought this, and you just hear a low rumbling over the horizon.
It's like airdrop.
You hear the clinking of the treads.
I am imagining Top Gear right now. You
Yes.
right now are the
I'm Jeremy Clarkson. I'm
Yeah.
Jeremy Clarkson. Now, see, this is brilliant. I point to your Spetsnaz shovel, but I like this.
Amazing. Awesome. Well, how about I get a fun map for us to play on? Fair enough. It's a map you guys should be familiar with because it is the map we're on. All right, let's go ahead and do our. Go ahead.
Since we leveled up and we're playing video game rules, do we get a good night rest?
Well, we're not exactly playing video game rules. We kind of are.
That's true.
Yeah, we are hurting. Part of it is because you're in a truck running away from an awful hag that you couldn't defeat. Most of it was because it was a war of attrition. You guys had spent all of your good stuff on two previous
Hey, I
battles.
could hurt her.
Hey, Chris, I
Yeah.
have a question.
Everyone's like,
So
I
there
may
is-
have an answer.
So there is a lore skill feat that I'm wanting to take
Okay.
called Battle Planner.
Awesome.
So Battle Planner basically is you make a battle plan, but you roll warfare lore for initiative. Could I, seeing as we are up against undead, use my lore undead for that?
I mean, if you're specifically making a battle plan against undead, yeah, I would.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I was just all right. Cool.
that's fair.
You cannot out min-max me,
Hey,
even if your name is Max.
All right, so back to the
I brought a
recap.
tank. Of course I out min-maxed you.
You guys were in a battle with leeches and a barghest, and you had defeated it. Decided to bunk down for the evening in a forest with possibly another enemy. And this music doesn't fit what the kind of like. Yeah, we need some spooky. Need some spooky. I want some scary anxiety and tension. Here we go. As you guys are kind of bunking down and getting ready for the evening, Rogue had taken the first watch. Azgrymn, the Pale, as it were. And it's a little bit low, guys, so you might need to turn up your Sirenscape if you can't hear it, FYI. Sleeping through the night, everybody but Rogue, AgitatedMax, who was watching, keeping watch, making certain everybody is safe. As he's doing this, he hears something in the distance. a cry, as it were. A girl, a woman, is crying.
Yuck.
Beez gets the reference. And he is moved. He wakes up Blue to kind of keep an eye on it with him, and she's essentially like, fuck that. I'm staying here. And Rogue eventually is moved, compelling him his own self to roll a save to see how he would react, which I think I gave you credit for. I think I gave you a bottle cap for that, which you may have already used to escape. As you are going to investigate what exactly this is, you decide to get a whistle and put it in your mouth very smartly. I'm not laughing. That was actually I've never seen a whistle used in TTRPGs before, so props.
Just safe word.
Props to you. Legit props to you. Because it probably saved your life. Because as the woman wakes up, she is like, "You fool!" And as a result, you just start blasting on that whistle as loud as you can, even though she gets the first attack, grabs you, and with an attack and holds you. The next round, she drains a ton of blood, taking all of her actions to do so, essentially leaving you at death's door as you gain the Drain 3 condition. Should you gain Drain 4, you die. Luckily, your teammates spring into action, breaking you free from the grasp of this night hag, I think is what it was called.
Blood hag.
Blood hag, yes.
Juliet.
And it was drain 5.
it
Because
was-
he's at drain 4.
Oh, so then yeah, he probably took 1 point of drain his first turn and then 3 in the
And then
next. Yeah.
Yep.
You broke him free. You realized that this woman had been sucking the blood off of these werewolves that he had conquered just the previous night. And as a result, she was engorged with blood. And she had quite the temporary hit point pool, which I didn't tell you guys at the time.
It was brutal.
It was.
We kept attacking and attacking and attacking. She was fine.
It was. She had a temporary hit point pool of 45 hit points. The rule was 15 hit points per creature she drained. And so I had her drain the 2 werewolves and then Rogue.
If you had like DR or something, like she was hard to hurt. Right?
You know what? I don't recall all of the there was yeah. Plus, who knows? You might encounter her again, and so I don't want to, reveal too much. But I think it's fair enough to know that as you guys begin to run away after freeing Rogue, after realizing this might not be a fight that we can take care of, you run as fast as you can out into the forest. Rogue is, I can only imagine Azgrymn is like huffing and puffing. Probably half of his blood has been drained. Literally half. And so that's got to be, his body's working overtime. He's exasperated. And I think it's him that gets hiding in the bushes. We kind of use the scene from Lord of the Rings with a Nazgul looking over the tree trunk. Because the thing I didn't tell you before the combat, and that you had to discover, or I think you actually rolled a knowledge check and find out, is that this blood hag had the ability to essentially turn into a being of fire and have the capacity to fly. And
She did at the last second.
And so she explodes in fire and begins to follow you through the air. It is only because your stealth check beat her perception check. And because she had a werewolf lying down, already chained, that she chose the easier meal over the harder one. You guys then begin to run as fast as you possibly can out of the forest, remembering that there's actually a nearby settlement. A nearby settlement that, if you recall, it's a fishing village on this kind of like river that connects to this lake, stream, something like that. It is not kind towards outsiders. In fact, from Rogue's previous visit, which is how you guys discovered it in the first place, it is actually hostile to your party. Or at the very least, hostile to Rogue. But given that you needed to get out of there quick and you knew that you needed to just get things going as fast as you can, just get out of there, get better, you decide to move. You remember that there's actually a stockpile Rogue near all of this. And so you decide to do that instead. This is where we stand. It is a night of, I think we decided it was actually a full 24 hours that you guys were on the run, just trying to get away. So it's actually the night of the next day. You guys are exasperated, you are tired, and you are close to this stockpile at hand. We left off with your party essentially, sorry about this. We left off with your party kind of giving us last thoughts before bed, with the understanding that they were going to go to bed. And as they do, they grow in power. Something clicks, knowledge, something happens as all of you level up to level 6. And that is where we are. It is the next morning now. You get a full night's rest. I'm not so mean that I'm going to throw another encounter at you. Right now, at least.
So Azgrymn should lose one of his drained over the night's rest? Or no?
That's supposed to take a week.
So yes, funny enough, normally drained is removed from one night's rest. That is normally the rule set. However, Pathfinder, the general rule of thumb is the more specific is the one you should follow. In this case, the Blood Hag's ability specifically states that the drained condition that she inflicts only recovers at a rate of 1 per week. So, unless somebody decides to try and do a blood transfusion, which would also help to alleviate his condition.
That's right. We don't
It is the morning. You have slept in. You are ready to move on. I'm going to go ahead, even because I'm a nice guy, and give you that overnight rest bonus. There you go. You should have your spell slots back at this point. You should have some H-Pizzle back at this point. And you guys are ready to take on a new day.
I am happy for this.
I am now going to turn it over to you guys to decide what the hell you want to do in character. Let me set the stage. It is the day after a hard night's rest. I imagine a fire that has probably gone out. Unless you guys specifically have been keeping it going, then I'm not going to argue with you on that. But I imagine that there's a campfire. Your various ways that you've been sleeping are around the fire itself. And all of you are kind of waking up for the day, getting breakfast. The scene is set. The stage is yours. Take it away.
Well, as we discussed, I think we should head to that supply cache. The one that is north of the unhospitable town.
Maybe there might be something useful for everyone there.
And to be fair, this is my supply cache thing, right? Or no?
I do believe this is one.
I'm saying point of order, like this is.
Oh, this is
one,
something.
right?
I don't know if we really ever discussed exactly which one it was, but this is kind of the general area. I believe we discussed it being kind of like in a mountainous area, kind of, correct?
Yes.
So then that actually works because this is
was
hills.
like to the northeast. I was like, I'll let you decide where it's at. I didn't.
Yeah, so
specify exactly,
let's.
so.
I'm going to go ahead and put a token here for us. Give me a second here. First, I want to put on a little forest ambience. Just to kind of help. So let's go ahead and do this. Hopefully that'll work. It might not. Let's see. I'm going to put a little mark here, close to the giants that Rogue was able to ascertain were in the hills. That green dot stands for the supply cache that you are aware of. You've not told the party about yet as part of your backstory. And
I
then,
did
of course,
tell them.
Oh, you did?
So yeah,
He has
in
a-
the
Yep.
yeah, I have a. So basically, I had said earlier, like back whenever I had first met everybody and first got to the town originally, not like in the, not current
After the year.
day, like yeah, after the whatever. So I basically had said like, yes, my commander had given me this. It was like a cache of last resort. He said there's weapons, food, supplies there.
He did tell us
Was
that.
Okay.
that is what I had said.
All right. So then this cache is different. You know it's close to the fishing village. Presumably it has something to do with them, but you're not entirely certain. And then, of course, there is the cache to the northeast that you would probably be familiar of with with Dirge. So just so you are aware, yeah, that is something going on.
North.
No. While we're sitting there talking, you'll actually just start to see Maj start glowing a little bit. Almost like he's bolstered in a strange energy. As he goes ahead and starts casting mage armor on himself.
Nice.
We've been in so many combats as of recent that Maj has not utilized his skill, so this might be unusual to you.
Okay.
That's probably wise.
A little paranoia creeping in, maybe? I like it either way.
Now he glows.
There is something called Undead Hunter for the Ranger.
Okay.
Are you aware of this?
I am not.
I was actually wondering how I would go about getting that.
Well, that is a great question. Can you give me a link to it, and then I can help you look at it? Fair enough?
Yeah, I'll find it for you again.
Awesome. While he is doing that, the rest of you, the question is on the table. You're kind of waking up, talking about next steps. There's a discussion about the caches. How do you proceed?
I don't think we should. You said this place is there are hostiles in the town nearby, yes?
Yes. The way I remember the map, the town is just south of the cache, but the cache is on the way to the more hospitable settlement, which is to the west, well, northwest, slightly north.
Yeah, this little one by the marsh kind of... Actually, I'm sorry, yes. No, this one right here is... They were very receptive to Rogue. In fact, Rogue would have recognized some even refugees that have kind of like made their way there and are thriving.
The bigger one, yeah.
Yeah.
The one right south of the cache was, they were assholes, yeah.
He's not wrong.
I'm just concerned. Azgrymn can scarcely walk.
Which is why we need to try to grab these supplies. Just, it might have some medication or something that could help him. The more prepared we are, the less chance of disaster striking us. I mean, if you happen to be the same blood type as him, you might be able to donate blood, but I don't think he is rat type blood or cat type blood.
Yeah, how blood types work in this world.
Do you think you have enough medical proficiency to stick a needle into your arm and then into his and give him your blood?
I do not. In fact, I hate needles.
Oh.
I've seen them do that before in lore. I think they need some kind of hoses.
I mean,
We
could always make some entrails.
From one person to another person. That's all it is, really.
Yeah, but the juice has to match. You can't mix apple
Juice
juice
is juice.
with grape juice.
I do it all the time, bud.
I remember hot dish covered in like blood and viscera. Like, walk through the
All
camp.
right. Dirge, let me speak in a language that you understand. You can't take wine and mix it with vodka.
Hey, but that's like a good Sunday there.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
you pour that
okay.
into a brewski and like you're ready to go.
You can't mix lantern oil with vodka and drink it.
But yeah, that's two different things. If blood is blood, juice is juice, oil is oil. It's all the same.
So you're so at this
We have
point.
two other humans here.
I'm
So
gonna use
at-
my deception skill to like attempt to bluff people into
trying to
believing that
actually
I'm telling the truth.
Yeah,
That I know what I'm talking about.
sure, that's fun. Like you're trying to like
Deception,
come off as a authority on the matter. 18.
He's a good expert at it.
He's pretty good
I
at lying.
need it for my feint. Like I need
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, if anybody wants to, Maj, you know he's full of shit. Sir Hammond,
believe
no, it 100% makes sense.
It's the juice.
What is this we're rolling?
To find out whether or not he's full of shit. To find out whether or not.
yeah,
medicine
I'm gonna
check
take
wouldn't
my
be good, too.
assurance on that, and I'm
Medicine
gonna say
check.
it's a nat 20,
Oh,
and
you mean?
I'm gonna call his bullshit.
Oh, you mean it's a total of a 20? Got you.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, total 20 because it's plus 10 plus my assurance is so it's 10 plus my proficiency bonus.
All right. So right now,
so it'll be a 20.
Azgrymn. Yeah, juice is juice. It totally makes sense. You believe?
No, guys. You cannot mix blood types. I'm telling you.
If anybody's seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, there's that scene where they're discussing like religion and shit. He's like, science bitches.
Yep. At this point, you're gonna see Vy'nia take a big ol' huffy, like she's frustrated already, and she's gonna jump down from her little tree, and she's gonna get all her stuff ready, and she's gonna walk toward the cache because I wanna scout it out while they're bickering. Can I do
Okay.
that?
So are you
Can
trying
I-
to do it secretly, or are you just like, fuck this, I'm out of here, and you don't really
I'm
care
just
whether?
no. I just walked off because I can't handle the.
We see her walk off.
Okay, so you see her
I mean,
walk off
obviously,
towards the
cat
close
person
cache.
juice is different than person juice.
Maj is the only one left there as
Everyone
Azgrymn-
turns on you.
Azgrymn and
As Azgrym's still laying there looking up at Dirge, and he's like, "Are you going to give me your juice?"
Please just don't do it on his
I let
face.
you suck
What
on
do you-
my juice any day, bud.
oh god. Oh.
Okay. Okay. I will see if your juice matches his juice. Okay? Deal?
Whatever.
We all
Put,
just stand in
put
a
your
circle.
needles in me.
All right,
Alright,
so go ahead and we're gonna roll. First, I'm gonna have you, Jester, roll a crafting check. Or no, medicine. Medicine makes sense.
Medicine.
Roll a medicine check, and you're gonna do it. I think the DC at this point is like 17 or something. Let me check.
Well, then I hit it. I got 18.
Well, I'm guessing off the top of my ass. Top of my ass. That's not even a phrase, Chris. What the hell?
Guessing off the top of my ass.
Yeah, I even criticized. I don't know if you heard me, but I was like, that's not even a phrase.
Yeah. It should be.
It should. Yeah, that's a new phrase. I'm coining it. Here we go. Got it right here. With my Pathfinder 2E DCs as my game master.
Stupid science bitch couldn't even make me more smarter.
Okay, DCs by level.
Okay, so Dirge, if you must know, inside the bloodstream, there's these things called platelets. These platelets, if they do not match, will attack each other.
Okay, what is the type of gear you're using to
Juice.
ascertain what blood type
Juice.
people have?
I would use my ability to. Let me see here.
What?
in
Well,
my
what
skill.
equipment? I have no doubt you have the ability to, but what equipment?
I would use my tinkering fingers and magical crafting
to come up with using the funnel and maybe a couple pieces of glass, a small microscope-like object, so that way I could see if the platelets looked the same.
I have a healer's tools. If
Yeah.
that helps at all.
I don't know how to
It's
hear
got,
those tools. Okay, so I'll allow it. So you're able to at least check out their blood. So here's what I'm going to do. Hammond is down to volunteer his blood. I was actually going to have him roll for it. But Dirge, so here's what we're going to do. There are 4 blood types. So I'm going to have each of you roll a d4. Actually, there's technically 8, but we're just going to simplify it and make it 4. I'm going to have each of you roll a d4. And your blood type will either be 1, 2, 3, or 4. You have to have a matching number to be a good blood donor. Make sense?
Cool.
Quick and dirty.
And if they're even
that
and
the-
odds be partial matches?
So technically, O is a universal donor. So here's what I'll say. A 1 means that you're a universal donor. A 4 means you are a AB, universal receiver. Make sense? Rogue, you're type A. All right, Dirge, go ahead and roll.
Better add that to your.
We have a
player
lot of we have a lot of humans, by the way. I just realized that.
D4 you said?
Yes. You are a B. You are a universal receiver, Dirge.
Now, Hammond had to step away.
So
Where did Hammond go?
He's down. He said he's
Should-
down.
Should the cat folk or the rat folk roll as well?
No,
Sure.
they're not human.
You know what? Yeah, that's a good point. Rogue, I'm gonna let you roll for Hammond's blood type.
Oh, jeez.
Can we roll a D8 and see if we get that 1 as a interspecies universal donor?
3! Oh my gosh! Okay, so you... Azgrymn is type A, Hammond is type B, and Dirge is AB. There's no universal donor. And Azgrymn, you need to find somebody who matches you, unfortunately. But as for, I will let... You know what? I just think it's fun, and just because I think it will vex Maj. Yes. Why don't you go ahead and roll me really quick, Blusvekia and Maj. Each of you roll me a d8. And if you guys are a 1, I'll let you be a universal donor. Even though you guys are different species. Okay. No.
Nope.
So in the
Azgrymn,
party...
you're screwed.
We gotta go to town.
So yeah, you look at all these people and you realize none of them are a proper donor, Maj. None of the juices match.
Okay, guys.
It's juice is juice.
Wait.
Give 'em some of my juice.
Wait. Hammond's
Squeezing the
back
juice.
now.
No.
Hammond-
Anybody can take your juice.
Can we have Hammond roll it? Because I really feel he might be the one to actually need to
What do
roll
I
the
need to
d4.
roll?
You know what? I will allow it, but just because I like people to roll their own dice. I need you to roll me a d4. 3, which is
Now it's
exactly
set.
what he got. Yeah, no. You're a type B blood. We just found that out. Hammond is a type B. Problem is that Azgrym's type A and Dirge is type AB and the cat and the rat don't match and Azgrym's up a creek.
So, guys, we have to go to this very kind village in order to find the proper juice.
Can't hear you. I'm too far away.
All right. As you guys are
And how did
talking
I
about
get your blood?
As you guys are talking about people juices, Vy'nia begins making her way towards the cache. Does anybody else?
Yeah, Azgrym's gonna be like, let's go.
You really should stay. You really should just rest. You're in no shape. If anything does happen, you're in no shape to help.
Would you like me to stay and help defend him?
You think I should stay here and wait?
I mean, you guys might be able to see the fireball.
Gosh, I want to leave him alone.
I don't think it's a good idea. We're still very close to that creature. What if she goes out hunting?
I think
Yeah.
she might only hunt at night.
Can I do a cultism to see if she's a night hunter?
Got that roll out of the way for you, Rogue. I was trying to find out if your drained condition affects your ability to attack, and it does not. So that's good.
Nice. What if she smells my blood and comes out of the woods for a little ways? There's some creatures that could smell blood for many miles.
I mean, he doesn't.
Can
have
I
any
roll
blood.
anything to know if she is a night hunter or a day hunter?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll me
She attacked at
knowledge.
nighttime.
Actually, no, I'm just going to give
Attacked
that
at
to you.
night.
She
attacked-
did. She's a night hunter.
Yes. This creature, this being, is very much attuned to the night. I doubt she can see very well in the daylight. So she will sneak into the shadows and rest for these hours. But that doesn't mean that other creatures won't smell his bleeding weakness. Perhaps we could fasten together a stretcher and drag him so he can rest while Sir Hammond, the strongest person here, basically carries him.
Yes, we shouldn't leave him alone. No, you're right. You're right. We should bring him.
So
If we
just
can,
a
make some kind of makeshift stretcher just to help him rest.
Just a reminder about what drain does. It's a status penalty equal to your train value. In this case, it's 4 on constitution-based checks such as fortitude saves. You lose hit points equal to your level times the drained value, and your maximum hit points are reduced by the same amount. So let me actually find out whether or not his HP has been adjusted, because it seems pretty high given
He still
what's
has more
going
points
on.
than half the party.
Yeah. So his drain value is 4 times his level, which is 6. So that means he is his. I'm gonna give him a minus 48 hit point health modifier.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Azgrymn, you can have your HP up to its current, which is your current max hit pool is 32.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Need to mark that so we can take it back later.
Yes. Well, just remember I augmented your HP, Rogue, and remind me to, when this does get amended eventually, to adjust it accordingly.
You put your notes
What was my max?
It's 40 HP, you said?
So actually,
75.
all I did was put a miscellaneous modifier on your HP of minus 48. So you don't have to remember your max. I just need
48.
to remember to delete the 48.
Oh, okay. Well, great.
Yeah. But yeah, so he can still function. He is fatigued. You can role play this. I think you guys are doing a great job role playing it. Do you move on to the cache with him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Azgrym's gonna try to push him on and be like, "Let's go. I don't want to slow us down any longer than I already have."
Maj will fashion a sort of stretcher for him, so that way he can lay back.
yeah. I'll
And
do
then we
like
can-
use like an axe and cut down a tree and get the wood to help you out.
While Maj is turned away from Azgrymn, while he's doing that, he's like, I can just give you some of my juices. The rat doesn't have to know.
If you're a little secret.
It'll be our little secret.
I'm pretty sure we don't have the proper supplies to do such a thing.
I sterilize this. I spit on my knife. Clean it.
Gross.
He's just
Clean
gonna
now.
pour
It's clean
the
now.
blood.
No. See, you just pour it into your mouth, and it goes into the body.
I'm pretty sure that's not the way it works. He does have some battle medicine skills and things like that. He's like,
yeah. Who are you? So wise in the ways of science.
But thank you, my friend.
That's amazing.
Oh
my
and
gosh.
they'll put the knife away.
So I would happily pull a like little whatever you call it. A little
Sleigh?
trolley.
A stretcher?
It's a little stretcher for even just dragging him behind. But
Fun.
yeah, even if I'm lagging behind the group, I know that I suck at stealth anyway, so I'm fine with being in the back of the group.
That makes sense. All right, so let me paint the picture. You guys kind of make your way out of the forest, because you are on the edge of it kind of anyway, and you make your way out to a green field. It's actually kind of odd, this area, and I imagine actually from this particular point, you can actually see a lot. When you come out of the forest, first off, you can see the actual topography that you have in the map. Your characters see the like mountainous kind of hilly region to the north. You see that this area that you're kind of standing in, that's on the cusp of this river and lake, is somewhat barren. But there's grain that surrounds it because of the presence of water, giving it life. A good equivalent would be like a very small miniature Nile River, where only life exists where the river is. I imagine you can see the settlement not too terribly far in the distance. The barren lands mean there's no trees really blocking your view, and water is flat. And so I imagine it might not be too huge in your view, but you can see it. You can see the stream, you can see the lake, you can see even the small town that is just to the south of you. This isn't really a very hilly or mountainous region. You're in what is the equivalent of a plains. Rogue,
Tall grass?
yeah, tall grass. Rogue is the one that essentially would be the one to at least point you the directions of where he found the cache. And sure enough, in a large kind of clearing, you see it. Well, actually, roll me a perception check.
Me?
Everyone.
Everybody.
Yeah, because I imagine it's somewhat hidden, almost like under like a camo tarp or the equivalent of that. And I think how you would recall it's around here, but yeah, Azgrymn, and it makes sense. You're the one that saw it last time. That you're the one that finds it.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, and then
Behind that rock, underneath a tree.
I don't think it's behind the rock. I think it's just left of the rock.
and that 32 means it's just left of the rock.
That's great.
It's okay. I
Smell.
understand that you're feeling a little under the weather. Maybe you're seeing slight doubles right now. Just rest, Azgrymn. We'll make sure to take care of you.
Oh, that's true. That rock
I-
is just like the other one over there.
I'll loan you my
He's
noble
tired.
steed for the day.
As he like smacks Sir Hammond in the back of the calf.
Awesome.
Sir Hammond looks at you. no, not really.
Awesome.
Not really.
So yeah, it's actually a beautiful day. The sun is shining down on you, and you can feel the warmth of the sun. You can feel like a cool breeze in the air hitting you. I imagine like every now and then, like you could see the breeze hitting the tall grass and kind of doing that whole swaying motion that you would see. And it's very serene. The ground is soft underneath your feet. And I imagine, especially after the events of, the forest, with the dead, desiccated trees and the blood hag that was chasing over after you, that this is a welcome change of scenery. Now you see the cache. Do you go right for the cache, or are you kind of like scoping it out? What's going on?
I think right now Maj is still trying to tend to Azgrymn the Pale. So again, remember, Maj and Azgrymn bonded over recovering Azgrim's memories through his book. So perhaps he's like,
Well, the sun on your skin should help replace some vital elements.
so he kind of like moves his clothing, maybe opening up his shirt so that it gets a little bit more sun. And
He's like,
Beautiful.
here, take this sweat cloth and put it on your head.
Sure.
And He's tending to him while walking alongside Mr. Hammond, carrying him on the stretcher.
Thank you, Maj. I'll be all right. You don't have to worry about me.
So
How
really
Not
tall
like
quick,
I
is
could do anything else.
really quick, my wife has need of me for something. So what I'm going to say is you guys can continue to kind of play out the scene, talk about exactly how you would like to go about doing it, and then we can go from there. And I don't think it'll be too terribly long, but I also didn't want to just abandon you and be like, peace. Just so you have an idea about what the hell is going on and where I am. So I will be back momentarily.
I'm going to step away since I just said what I'm doing to take a quick break as well.
Okay, so maybe everybody take a quick potty break. It's about the halfway point anyway, so that makes sense.
We could take 5.
Pause the stream.
No, I'll just keep it open. I have like an intermission slide, so I'll go ahead and put that up. And for those
Break
of
time?
you who are watching, yes, we're going to take a quick potty break. And I say potty because I'm a dad of young children. And this is what all of you have to look forward to should you become fathers and mothers as well.
We're going to the shitter.
We're gonna go take a piss. Bye.
I am going to put on some nice music in the background while that's going on, though. Let's see here. Sort of by author. Monument Studios is always good. And let's go with Pensive. All right. I will be back momentarily.
Oh, everybody took a quick break. Prankster looks very confused. I know you all can't see him right now, but he looks very confused and baffled. He's holding his hand up. His eyebrows are peaked. His mouth is agaped. And it's almost like something just came to realization as he closes his 3 fingers,
go.
almost like an Italian. He opens his hands in frustration. Now, he is staring intently at the screen, putting his hand down, while he resumes. He is now getting up as AgitatedMax returns. AgitatedMax has snacks. It looks to, or appears to be, some form of chips. Now, these chips look rather delicious as he just takes another bite. And he's chewing very intently as he holds the next chip. Now, it is almost like he's holding these to flip me off as he holds them between his middle finger and his thumb as he brings them from the bag and holds them up for a split second before devouring each chip. And now, the man, the myth, the legend, TheBeez, stares intently at the screen as he walks away with his cup. Oh no, we have now lost Max's camera. And I have nobody to give a play-by-play of what's going on. I see a dark, shadowy figure walking behind Blue's chair, but because it's so blurry, you can't tell who it is. And all is still in all the cameras, except for mine, as I sit here giving you a play-by-play of everybody on a break. I don't even know if on the Be Right Back screen mics are active, because I have no clue unless I unmute Prankster stream, which I just thought of. Yes, apparently we do have sound. So, Chatlandia, everyone out there, Hopefully everyone's having a good night. I have nobody to give you a play-by-play of what's going on. Oh, while we're sitting here, if you guys haven't checked out the YouTube channel, as it's given the link there, we post all our games from Vigil's Remnant to Curse of Strahd, Edge of the Empire. We'll soon have a Demon Hunter, which is Rogue's actual game that he wrote, playing soon. I believe that game's going to be on Sundays. So the video will most likely be uploaded the next day. But Demon Hunter will soon be opening up. I will soon be starting a game as soon as we get more active players for it, called Fall from Heaven. Well, Fall from Heaven into Hell. But yeah, all of our content is on YouTube. Minnie, who is a player in Curse of Strahd, is doing some wonderful stuff on her channel, which we should get a link for. And TheBeez has returned. Blue has returned. Prankster now walks in with a bag of chips and a cup in his hand.
What?
What? What?
What?
I totally wasn't giving a play-by-play of everything that's going on. Oh, everybody has officially returned other than Prankster. Well, Rogue's camera just went out. Everybody came back with a snack other than me. I feel left out. I must go get a snack.
Hey, I'll be right back.
My last Walmart cannoli.
That great Italian deli, Walmart.
Yeah. It might have been made by Italian. You don't know.
Or bakery, Italian bakery. Yeah.
The person making it could have been Italian, so therefore it could be an authentic Italian bakery.
Yeah, that was the funny thing for me, moving from Texas to live in the Northeast when I moved to Jersey. When we worked in New York, is I would call a local pizzeria.
That.
Oh dear. When I called a pizza place and the guy who answered the phone I was ordering pizza from had an Italian accent, I'm like, oh, this is different. like in the South, we have white people. We don't have Italians and Irish. It's different up there.
Irish is white.
No, I know, but we don't typically go by that. Just like, yeah, white people.
All right.
Hey,
This is an Irish neighborhood.
What about an Irish neighborhood?
Oh,
what happened?
There we go.
Is Minnie?
Everybody's here.
Prank is still
Awesome.
muted.
Yeah, I was giving everybody a play-by-play and trying to keep them entertained well on the Beat You Right Back screen.
You're awesome.
Wade
Thank
did
you.
for me.
All right. All right, we're back. Hello, everyone. You guys are in the middle of a field, not too terribly far from the town, the river, the lake. You're kind of an intermediary point in the landscape. And there's a cache that Rogue has discovered that is still there. Not too terribly far away. So grid. I want to try a little experiment. I think I know the answer, but I also want to know. Gonna bring you guys to a map zony. I feel like all our jokes are just cribbed from the Glass Cannon podcast, Bees.
And those New Zealanders that do the videos.
Flagrantly stealing material. That's big 20 energy. Do me a favor, guys. I'd like for you to try and drag and drop your tokens from the combat tracker onto this map. I don't think we've ever tried that.
I don't have a map.
Works. You don't see the
Yeah,
map?
the map
That
is
are just
loading.
When I click on myself, I just move the window.
When I think about you, I click myself. Whoa.
Like, literally, like I can't drag anything off of the combat tracker.
All right.
Let me try
Then
it from the top left corner.
I'll put you guys there.
Is
Here you
Maj
go.
on the map?
I thought I put him there.
Yeah, you put him there. But I'm still waiting for the map to load. It seems like a rather large map.
Okay, look. This happened last time, but it's really not that big. It's only, let's see here. Okay, it is a 14 megabyte map. But still, it's not too large.
It's starting to load now.
Your face is starting to load now.
Hey now. Heyo.
Now, I believe you guys mentioned a tree and a rock for where it is. And so I found a map.
I can't move myself.
And I want credit for finding the perfect map. You should be able to move yourself now.
Okay.
Is that what you want to do? You want to move closer to the tree?
All right, everybody give Prankster a pat on the back.
Thank you.
Bravo.
A nice little pat on the back.
I appreciate it. You should give me credit.
Okay, first of all, how tall is the grass?
About knee high.
Height.
Sorry, I am just snacking.
You give us a break. We're all gonna go grab some food.
It's me making fun of myself more than, anything.
So, seems like Vy'nia is rolling a stealth check for a total of 25.
Vy'nia's gonna crouch
Hide.
down and
Hide in the underbrush.
yeah.
Okay.
Dirge is going to move ahead stealthily as well.
All right.
Because you never know. At least with Frank, anyway. He's like, "Are you sure you want to go
23.
near that tree?" And I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, Dirge is going to move ahead stealthily and perceptionally.
Perceptionally.
Yeah, great word. Maj, not trained in stealth, but sees these guys being very sneaky, wants to try and be sneaky. But he's not going to move forward. He's just going to try to hide in the grass.
So Hammond just bangs swords against his armor. Ding, 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 ding. No, he's gonna stand there holding on to Azgrymn.
Shouldn't
Maj is-
Azgrymn be behind him?
Yeah, he should be. But I mean, it's a small map.
It's a small map that's 14. Did you say megabytes?
It's 14 by 14. Is that what you said? Was it a 10 by 10? It's something like that. All right. Go ahead and make me perception checks, everybody.
Should perception checks not count?
I'm gonna take my assurance on that. Get a 20.
Cool.
Maj with a 28.
Okay. Go ahead, y'all, and yes, that's exactly what I thought's going on.
How is Maj the only one that's being very perceptive right now?
I taken the
Okay.
One.
Lots of checks going on here. Okay, guys. It
that
is
one
a 20. Okay, Maj and Dirge. You guys are the only one that feel the trembling in the ground
wait a
as you
minute.
draw
Oh,
closer.
I had a 20. Does that not count?
Does not meet the
Enough.
DC.
20
It's even-
total. It's not a natural 20.
No, I know. I'm just saying it's so I wouldn't feel anything even though I'm lowered. Okay, cool. Say it.
You're like,
You might have been more focused on the-
I would love to go get that cash. That seems great.
Maj is gonna
tell Sir Hammond and Azgrymn, hey guys, there's something going on. There's a strange trembling. We might want to prepare for something if we have to.
Dirge is going to click his heels together and his hates pop out.
I am going to have everybody roll me for the first ever, luck roll. I would like everybody to roll me a d20. And whoever the most unlucky person is, something terrible is going to happen to them.
Maj! With a 2.
Oh, Maj.
Oh, no.
Little rat, but no.
Something terrible.
At least you're far away from me, so, you know.
No, I'm sorry. Before we begin, I'm just noticing how hurt everybody is. Every 20 minutes, I could lay on hands twice.
That's fine. You guys can get your health back.
If we may.
That's
I
fair.
appreciate that.
I mean, you didn't say it. You're kind of meditating it, but that's fine. That's cool. You're good.
We were out there for days, and I'm like, y'all don't need healing, do you?
You know what? Just for that, I'm going to have 2 of these. I'm just kidding.
You CR18.
Just kidding. I have 3.
Just kidding. Oh, okay. This actually makes sense. Because you're pretty close to a halfling, which is this thing's favorite type of prey. Something comes bursting forth from underneath the ground, right underneath you, Maj, and it looks something like this.
So just letting you know, we can see the name for it. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. You can see the name for it. I mean, I wish you didn't.
These things are awful.
It's a huge burrowing animal.
Easy to kill.
I just have no idea how bad they are to eat.
Well, you know what?
That's
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out together.
And I'm
as it
certain
eats Maj.
if pro move going right for the weakest, one of the weakest members. I mean, truth be told, it could have been worse. It could have gone right for Rogue, which would have been rough. I would have this thing absolutely eat Rogue.
Rogue doesn't have a lot more hit points than Maji does, but he has more.
I want you guys to know I'm not pulling punches. I haven't. You guys are very strategic and good and handsome and beautiful. Sorry, Blue.
Question, is it aggressive?
Yes. Yes, it is.
You could say that.
Oh.
With my 28, would I get a jump on this thing?
Not with that luck,
I tell you what. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a reflex save because you saw it coming. You had a feeling. It makes sense that you're the one feeling the trembling. It would get more and more from underneath you. You're a deep earth rat.
Can I instead do a rat roll?
So here's no. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a reflex save, even though I don't have to. And I am going to. It's going your reflex save versus its attack, whichever is higher.
How big is this thing, by the way? Is it like a size category or 2 sides?
It is huge. It takes up
3 squares.
3 squares.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put Maj at the center of it.
Make it bigger.
So really quick, first off, here we go. We're gonna change to some combat Isle music because it's fun. We're gonna go with let's do we already did Chuck Kick-Ass. Let's do GDM Saga Epic Action. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna go for it. A creature, as the trembling, eventually all of you can feel the shaking underneath your feet as it continues, and Maj, it comes boom, bursting out from underneath the ground like it's a shark on Earth. Bursting forth, Maj, reflex save versus its attack.
28.
That is nice. A good attack.
Wow.
I do also have an ability that I have been forgetting about called Lightning Reflexes as well.
What does it do?
It's just I get a proficiency break and reflex saves, but it makes sense. The in the sense that my reactions for this creature would probably be well trained and well honed. Probably coming across them in my previous earth burrowing days.
Plus
Absolutely.
21.
Yeah,
Do
we
you want to
can
know
see
what's
your rolls
also
here.
well trained and honed? The Bulette, as it is, loves stalking its prey from underneath the ground. So it's going to get a surprise attack.
21?
Surprise attack on Maj to start off this combat. Here it goes. If I roll max damage, there's a good chance I could just knock him right out of the combat, which I think we all agree would be the best course of action. So now, Maj, I am still going to have it make an attack against your AC, because that just counted against your reflex save. So I don't want to negate
That's a
that.
plus 21, so it's going to hit you.
Oh, 25. That's a hit.
Yep, because right now my AC is 25.
You see Maj begin to try and like get in a roll and move out of the way as fast as it possibly can. Move, attack, bites Maj
Oh my god.
grievously. Maj is quite wounded. This thing has a real good taste for
Question?
small things. Yes.
Did we roll for initiative yet?
No. Oh,
Oh, okay.
That is a surprise though.
you're right. That's a surprise round. Let's all go ahead and roll for
Prankster?
initiative.
I just remembered something.
What?
I have mage armor on.
What is your?
AC
What does
is
it bring
higher
your?
than that?
Mage armor brings my dexterity modifier up to +5, which means my
would
reflex
give you-
save would be 33.
And didn't I roll a 30? I rolled a
33.
Yeah, attack beats. Yeah, I
That's
get
it.
you. Yeah.
It was on a 20 and it rolled to a 2. Damn
Yeah.
it. It was boop, doop, doop.
Well, let me think about this.
All right.
Well, you said it would be a
Maj.
33? No, it would add 3 to your current dexterity, which would bring you up to a 31.
It adds 5.
It adds 5. It doesn't just make it 5.
No, it adds 5 to my. Here, let me go ahead and throw this into chat so you can take a look. You ward yourself with a shimmering magical energy. Gain a +1 item bonus to your AC, and your maximum dexterity modifier is +5.
Okay.
While wearing mage armor, use your AC and unarmored proficiency to calculate your AC.
Okay, I understand your confusion. What that means by your maximum dexterity modifier is it means that, hypothetically, if you had a 22 dex, your modifier would be +6, and that would be normally added to your AC. Mage armor means that your maximum dexterity modifier, at least accounting for AC, can be no more than 5. So it doesn't increase your AC. It just gives you. That's just like the capacity you can meet. Does that make sense?
So my unarmored proficiency bonus is 8.
It would increase your AC by 1. That's what this does.
Damn.
It's okay. Well, actually, at level 4, which if you cast it at a level 4, it would mean that this item gives you a +1 bonus to saving throws, and at level 6, it means your AC is +2, and a +1 item to say. What level does you cast the spell at? I mean, it's still going to hit, but it's important to
I
know.
cast it at its level 1 spell. I wasn't going to waste
Gotcha.
any extra spell slots.
10-4. So then you only have a +1 to AC. This will still hit with all of that confirmed 21 points of damage. Oh, it did roll a 36 for initiative. Isn't that interesting?
Oh, and I got a roll ish.
Wait,
Yeah.
did I even roll initiative for it? I don't see the roll.
Nat 20 for a 34.
Let me go ahead and roll my initiative. Yeah, that would. Yeah. Here we go. 32. Maj, that's very important. You get to act right before the creature, before it can get a full attack off on you. You are up. What are you going to do?
Oh, God. After getting rocked by that attack, Maj is going to do the smartest thing that he can do and get the hell away from this creature and rat roll the hell out of there.
Absolutely.
So I will go ahead and ball up, taking that hit, being thrown in the air, and when I come down to the ground, you just see Maj take off rolling. And I will go ahead and move as fast as I can, 50 feet to the south. If I can grab my token.
This is Flavor. Like swipes at you as you leave, just barely missing you.
Well, I would be off the map, but I am down.
I guess that's fair. You know what? I can actually. Well, I'm a pain in the ass.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Roll away.
Roll away your stone and I'll roll away.
So that is my movement action, though.
Cool.
One action, or is that 2 actions to roll away?
It is, I believe, 2 actions because I ball up and roll.
So you got 1 action left.
I have 1 action. Maj is going to pull a bottle off of his hip, and that is my next move.
All right.
Bottle ready.
It is a creature's turn, and it's right in front of its next enemy. Who?
Don't leave Vy'nia alone.
What?
Just kidding.
It doesn't know I'm here. No. All right, Hammond. What are you gonna? Oh wait, me?
He's attacking
No.
me.
No, it's tech. Okay.
He's just biding his time. He's like, all right. How am I gonna try to kill this? With my
Legit.
plus 27 attack bonus. That's how.
You have a plus 27 attack bonus?
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, mine's not that high.
21 attack bonus.
Yeah, it's only 21.
That's all.
All right, here we go. Attack on Mr. Bees. Jaw attack as it bites you. You know what? I need to untarget Maj. So the attack against Maj is, I mean, they're both criticals. That's the most important part.
Me.
Yeah, it's a crit on you.
Well, the second one was not a crit
It was-
on me, but it was.
yeah.
Yeah. The one he attacked me with was a crit. So yeah.
Okay, this is a named Bulette. His name is Robert.
Shut up.
Bob Bulette.
Bob
the
Bulette. Here comes the damage. It is double damage, so this will be 4d10 plus 20. You know what, though?
Jeez.
I need to know for the future. Does this thing have power attack? I don't see it. Okay.
I hope not. He doesn't need it.
You're like,
Here we
well,
go.
That's
Ooh, baby. Not super great. 43 points of damage on Sir Hammond.
Ouch. That's one
Right.
action. Is that every-
Action number 1.
Jesus.
It's going to take its claw attack now as it swipes at you. 26. That is a miss. Is that counting your shield?
My shield is not up. My shield is not
Okay.
up.
Wow. All right. Legit.
Yeah.
All right. It will attempt to take a second claw attack at you. This is only a plus 11, so it will probably miss. But you still held your breath, I bet, for a moment. Gonna go ahead and
Critical
roll
miss.
a
Wouldn't it?
D100. Find out what the critical attack penalty is going to be. 52. That is going to be. He falls prone. He takes a big old bite out of you and just starts rolling around in the blood because he's happy. That is his turn, and Azgrymn, you are up.
Ouch. Big crazy lizard thing.
What are you going to do, Rogue? Walk us through it. Oh, Rogue, you
You're
are
muted.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Is that a tree right there? Can I jump into the tree?
Yeah. Honestly, given that you only have 32 hit points, and this thing
Yeah,
I would.
This thing would have literally one-shot you just now.
Yes, definitely.
You see Azgrymn bravely run away, jumping into the trees, crying.
Yeah, thing is, it's gonna crit anybody. Like if it rolls higher than a 5, it'll crit anybody.
Yeah.
And do 40 damage. Like it's going to kill.
This is a CR8. You guys got this. This isn't bad.
He does have a quick draw too, so I will
All
try
right.
to support him with the bow.
Get him.
Oh, I have to do the gravity weapon, right? On
Not
one
even
action.
Ooh, so it leaves you one more action.
And then I'll fire.
All right. And then you fire.
That's a left control.
Yeah, gravity bow. Yep, that'll increase your damage die to 2d8. And whenever you're ready.
Soundscape went silent, dude.
Yeah.
You did. Lame.
It's the tension of Azgrymn aiming his bow.
Yeah, everything goes quiet. That is
21
unfortunately
misses.
a miss. I mean, you guys are level 6 now. Just remember, like, things are just going to get harder. Bees, what was that look? You gave me a look.
Nah, just lamenting. That's fine.
All right. Vy'nia.
I think we're gonna meet Lamin after this fight.
Lamin. Oh.
after you kill Sir Hammond.
All right.
So she's already in the. She's
the
like
grass.
hitting. Yeah. But she's pull out her weapon, take aim, and shoot, and that's probably about as much as she's gonna be able to do.
All right. Now you will get double. So we're going to give
Yes.
you, for your sniper, it will be 2d8 as opposed to 1d8. So for your first shot of the round. That is what your way of the sniper thing would do. So we're just kind of adjusting it.
Okay. So.
Oh, so go ahead and target the creature, first thing.
I did.
Okay. And it
I'm hoping the dice are friendly to me,
I'm sure they were.
honestly.
Well, you got like a million to a hit. You're fine.
Sure.
31. See, that's a hit. You did great. Good job.
Okay. And as that shot is hitting its target, I do want to remind you that the Eye of Enlightenment will shine and give her knowledge of the nature of this creature.
Awesome.
As
So
it
roll.
hits.
Roll me. Okay, so first off, let's roll the damage, and then we'll figure everything else out. Roll your arquebus, and then add an additional d8 onto it. Awesome.
And the 8.
Wait. Oh, your sniper's aim already accounts for that. My bad. Okay. So 11 points of damage. Awesome. All of it works. In the future, I guess we don't have to roll the d8, the extra d8, because it's already there.
Is it?
Okay. Yeah, it says sniper's aim, arquebus, 1d8 plus 2 piercing plus 1d8.
Okay. So
That's
that
what
plus
your
1d. Okay.
Yeah, that's what your sniper's aim does. Legit. Okay, awesome. You guys have finally touched it. Sir Hammond, you are
Wait,
up.
you gonna tell me about it?
No, because I don't want to. Roll me a nature check.
Do you have the action to roll a check?
I have the.
I think it gives you like a free nature check is what it does. It essentially gives you one free action when you hit, from what I recall. What was the spell called again? Or the item? Eye of Enlightenment, right?
Yep.
You succeed on a strike. You're an expert in the dried eye was plucked from when you combine your observation. When you activate this talisman, you attempt to recall about the yeah. So you just get a recall, a free recall knowledge check. So roll a nature check, because this is that is what you would roll to figure out. Awesome. So 10 plus the CR of the creature, that's 18. It's even if it was rare, which would be a +5, that's still a good. This is not just your normal huge burrowing animal, it's a Bulette. Dun dun dun. This is a huge creature. It has it is neutral. It's an animal. Let's see, what can I tell you about this thing? It has a favored prey. Most bullets do. It has the ability to do a leaping charge. So it can just like leap and eat you, which is great. It's a powerful jumper, and it does lots of dips, lots of deeps.
I'm gonna
They're
relay that.
They're commonly known as land sharks.
Interesting. So kill it with fire. Gotcha.
Really? Land shark.
It even has a fin on it. If you look at the kind of a fin, like the back plate kind of looks like a fin.
Saturday Night Live skit. TV
Yeah.
record.
Yeah, I remember that. That's a good one. All right, Vy'nia. Anything else?
No, I'm just gonna pass along the information to my teammates, and I'm quietly, of course. Well, obviously, it probably knows where I'm at. Just fuck.
Yeah,
Did Bulette?
No.
Did Bulette
Picking up-
hears
Shoot
you?
your gun, then you whisper.
Does that give us a plus 1 to hit or anything like that, or plus 40
No.
to hit?
Nothing like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that plus 40 to hit ability.
Yeah.
Right, Sir Hammond, you're up.
All right, Sir Hammy will. She's going to attempt to hit this thing.
I need to stop eating trail mix. That's the rule.
No,
I'm terrified
eat
of
more.
being able to
That'll
hit it.
fix the problem.
Unfortunately, that is a miss with your first attack.
This doesn't look good.
It just ching like bounces off this guy.
Okay, I'll attempt one more attack.
27. Unfortunately, that is a miss.
Me. I'm going
27 is a miss.
I'm gonna raise my shield. Oh shit! Oh shit! Guys,
Dude, I don't think I can hit this thing.
we might want to run away again. I raised my shield. Just one section.
Wait. No. That would hit. It's prone.
What?
We forgot to. I forgot to put the prone ability on there.
Is it prone like -2? What
I
does
thought it was
say for you?
-4.
I don't know.
No. It's that 27 hits. So go ahead and do me
Thank
damage.
God. Thank God. Okay, well maybe we got a chance. I'll keep
Would my 21 have hit?
No.
Oh, you were also ranged, and it doesn't help. It actually doesn't it make it harder to hit? When
It
you're
makes it
ranged?
harder for. Yeah, I forgot to put that on though. So whatever happened. I'm just gonna put prone on it now.
Okay, hit him with my S word. Okay, I can hit it once. I'm not gonna try a third time. Oh shit, minimum damage. Are you shitting me? It's magical damage though. If that counts, it's magical damage.
Yeah, no, it
tell us if that
bypasses.
counts?
It bypasses
DR?
all of its
I was-
non-existent DR.
I wasn't paying attention. Okay.
You're good.
Yep, and then I raise my shield.
Okay.
I'm terrified.
All right.
You gotta hit it really hard, guys. You gotta hit it really hard.
Dirge, you are.
Okay, what would we have to roll to identify it, or can we already count it as
prone
identified?
and you're all ranged. It sucks.
Knowledge.
already-
It's knowledge nature. You guys have already identified it. It's a bulette.
Okay.
So
would it count for my? I have a thing called, where is it? Sorry. Analyze weakness. You carefully study a creature that you've identified to scope out particularly weak points in its position or physical form. Next time you deal sneak attack to the chosen creature with a strike before the end of your turn, an additional 2d6 precision damage.
yeah.
So that would work for that? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna run away.
Oh man, I thought like one thing, like you guys just leveled up. I thought this is doable. I didn't mean to scare
No,
you
I'm
guys.
We got a full party.
I'm a
It's easy.
skate along on my little skates. Get over here to it, just like,
Okay.
and do like a drift turn to it, and then come at it with a. All right, click on me. It's control click, right?
Shark.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay,
There you go.
Actions,
Just selling insurance.
attacks. Oh, hero point.
Okay.
I am not.
Your highest
I am not
Sure.
having.
It's time to use it.
Do it, ma'am. I believe in you.
32 to hit.
There you go. See, I told you I believe in you. You guys are being negative Nancy.
Oh shoot!
You
I meant to use
have
the
this.
rapier. I meant to use the rapier. But yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
Or your damage is the same
6 plus 1. And I get a 2 additional d6 because of my that thing.
Yeah, legit. Do it. Get that damage in, yo. I do want to point out it is flanked, and so you guys will get more damage for that. However, Dirge does 20 points of damage to the Bulette. Good job.
I just come in and just like as I'm like sliding across, I just stab it several times.
Stab. Yeah. I like it, especially in the big creature.
And then second attack.
Ooh.
Get it, Dirge.
Nice.
27.
Oh.
It's
wow.
flanked, and it is.
We did not.
It's
We
prone.
did not. Yep, the flank
Prone.
condition will push you over, which I guess that means the 27 would not have hit earlier. My bad. But whatever.
I think flank gives you flat-footed, right?
Another 13 points of damage.
Yes. 13 points of damage. All right, there you go. You're doing it. Wow. You really that level. Your damage has significantly increased since that previous level. What did you do?
Cheated.
No, it was the that one skill that I did, added 2d6, and then
Nice. That's awesome.
yeah, and then I just have more precision damage, I believe. I don't know why I have 3d6 for my. Oh no, I know.
Okay, but
sneak attack and sneak attack. Yeah.
But it does work out though.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just want to make certain you're not cheating.
I don't think so. I haven't changed anything besides just
Okay, that's
clicking
fine.
the level up
No,
button.
you're good. You're good. Cheater. That's fine. All right, guys. We are going to move on to our next player, which is Maj. I'm just kidding. I know you're not a cheater. You're my good buddy Wade. Waved.
Maj, you're muted.
Maj, you're muted. You are clearly in pain.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Maj is hurting, so that vial that he took out earlier is a health potion. He is
makes sense.
Gonna go ahead and just down that health potion. And right after he takes a drink from this vial, he's like, "You know what, you son of a bitch!" In his little
Wow.
mousy voice.
Yeah.
I know what your type did to my family. And he's gonna go ahead and
Oh.
cast Hydroblast or Hydraulic Push.
Sure. Do it. Do it.
Fire.
Do it.
Oh, I can use warden spells.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Okay,
I
so-
missed earlier.
Yeah.
Ranged.
Yeah, ranged attacks against prone. If you're prone, when a ranged attack comes, you actually get a bonus against it. Unfortunately, it does not hit much. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I used 3 actions there, so Maj's anger is.
Still
How
hot.
much health do you get back?
That's what I'm about to find out. How much that health potion is worth.
Word.
Lesser Healing Potion is. You drink it, and a number 2d8 plus 5. 15. Maj regains 15 hit points.
There you go. You got it. Get after it, yo. There you go.
2d8, 15, 20. 20 hit points, actually. So he is feeling right as rain, as he only has a small scratch as his wounds magically heal.
Nice.
Legit. All right. Okay, guys.
Is it gonna like burrow back down?
It is the Bulette's turn. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? It's prone.
Stand up.
It is going to start burrowing into the ground, a giant big old hole. This will invoke an attack of opportunity. No, actually, you guys do.
If I had it.
Yeah, if you had it. Did you have the
almost
opportunity?
took it. I
Oh
didn't take it.
man. Well, you know what? Maybe next time. All right. It burrows into the ground.
Wow. Awesome. Okay, I think it's gone.
Never. And Maj down at the bottom. These things are vicious and notorious for always making a kill and then dragging them into the earth.
And as he says that, it pops up again underneath Maj.
Like 100 feet burst speed.
Is there any way I could like throw him a warning or anything?
Oh my god.
Tell me, how
Okay.
does it look? I'm
From
open.
my-
So here's my rule of thumb, just so we're all on the same page. I throw hard encounters at you. One, because I want the encounters to actually. I hate running encounters where it's like, all right, we killed a bunch of bad guys, and we're just sitting around, jacking off for an hour, right? I want something that causes you guys to think hard, to fight hard, and I think the tension is awesome, and I love it. And because I'm throwing harder shit at you, I am more than willing to listen to creative ideas. So,
Fair.
what's up?
Oh, me?
Yeah, what's your warning?
If Azgrymn is in the tree, I was thinking the creature goes under the ground. Is it possible for me to see like a
Through the
trail
ground.
of the ground pushing up, coming towards?
Bugs Bunny-esque.
I think that I
Tremors.
think that's fun. I think that's great.
Tremors or Bugs Bunny.
And no, I'm just kidding. Roll me a perception check. I like it. Roll me a
It's
perception
like I
check.
took the wrong turn to Albuquerque.
I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue.
God, I love that. That's a great sketch.
Perception.
Okay.
19.
Yes, you do see a trail, as it looks like it's coming
Maj.
directly towards Maj.
Maj, look out!
I told you.
So,
As Maj.
so it was prone. Did it have to get up to dig?
No,
How
it's
many
a-
actions is this?
One action was to burrow into the ground, and then the second action was to continue to burrow towards Maj. Hi, Sheep Place It, also known as Minnie. And finally, yeah, thank you, She Place It. She's got me. She's got my back. She thinks I should just throw the kitchen sink at you guys and kill all of you.
That's not what she says. Don't listen to it.
No, in chat, she's thirsting for your blood. So,
TPK.
third action is it pops out from under the ground underneath Maj. Now,
It's gonna be
this
a
thing,
Maj PK.
this thing's favored prey is halflings, and the reason I'm going for Maj is because he's the closest thing to a halfling. If Irish was here, yeah, absolutely. So, I'm gonna give you another reflex save because you know it's coming.
All right.
Your reflex save, same deal, has to beat its attack.
Oh.
No,
It's
that
not gonna do
if
it.
it rolls a
is
1, it still beats
dead
your
boy.
reflex
Yeah,
save.
because it's got a 20 plus 21.
Oh, I was on that 20, man. Oh wait, that was against Sir Hammond. My bad.
Oh,
But
so
that-
it's not
that was
flat-footed
just to
anymore, or
see
prone. We
if-
need to take that
if-
stuff off. You know what? Did you have to use an action to stand from prone?
I don't think so. If you're just digging, I just kind of picture him like.
Fair. So it's no longer prone, so we need to take off.
So are we
conditions.
doing
someone's
this
about
next
to take
roll
Yeah.
is actually the attack roll on me?
This next roll is the actual attack on you, and so it will actually target you. Oh my God! Everybody's targeting him. This poor Bulette. What did he ever do to you guys?
Attacked us?
How dare you?
Excuse the
The
fuck
whole,
out
the
of
whole
you.
party's trying to kill the only monster on the map.
Yeah, can't believe you guys playing the game. This Bulette has a family. It's a skeleton 3 all over
Is there
again.
question? You
Yes.
just said the
Billy
bullet has
Bulette.
a family. Does that mean I can look around and look for its pups and intimidate it?
I mean, I was just kidding. Its family
Okay,
is.
I take you seriously.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it has a wife. And
Three
its
brothers.
father is. They had 3 brothers.
No, they can't be grown.
That's an
Damn it.
See,
estranged,
you didn't
that's an
say
estranged
that.
uncle.
Whole colony. Whole colony.
Here comes the Jaws attack against Maj. That is a critical hit against Maj.
Oh my god.
Maj, this is probably going to knock you out.
This is so shitty.
Let's see. Here.
This is fun.
Can I use my
The-
hero point for a
A
action?
reroll.
What is the action you'd like to take? I'm open
Time
to the
jump.
creativity. What?
Time jump.
So you want to use your reaction I'm sorry. You want to use your hero point to have a reaction to time jump out of the way.
It is just a verbal component.
Seems like a slippery slope for allowing that sort of.
It does, but we're going to come by each case, and I like how that looks thematically, and it's costing him something. It's costing him a spell slot, and it's costing him his hero point. But I like how that looks. Like, you can see it.
Mud being thrown up in the air.
Yeah, Rogue is like, watch out! Is this thing... Exactly.
Like a fucking orca with the baby seal.
Exactly. Maj looks down. This thing's jaws are coming up. You could see Maj right there, and it's clenching down. And there's this brief second where he bears down, says whatever he has to. Time jump. Do it.
Time jump.
Yeah.
Maj is now instantly up here beside his noble steed, and he looks at as the time regains and refocuses, and he is now just magically once again next to his trusted companion.
That was rather close.
Yeah. So I imagine there's a brief moment because you all see it. It looks like Maj is dead to rights as this thing's jaws close down, and all of you are probably like, oh. And Sir Hammond, you're the first one as you see Maj right next to you, and it's got to give you a heart attack.
You just hear loud as he disappears and just pops back into reality.
No, see, the jaws come up and around and close in on Maj, and we think he gets 8, but then he shows up next to, it was that quick.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool.
If you're gonna do that, you should have shown up in the tree.
I know you can hit this thing.
Azgrymn, you are up. This thing is standing. Right. It is no longer prone, which means that you should be able to make attacks against it. There she is.
I should. All right.
Actually, I think it was here. I just needed to move it out of the way so I could target Maj.
Yeah, that's where
Can
Maj
I do
was.
my hunter's prey on it?
Yeah.
And I'm going to aim for another action. I think that's 2 actions that costs.
Yes. So you're aiming, and there's Hunter's Prey. So if you hit, this will do 3d8, and you get a +2 to this attack. So make certain to put the +2 in the modifier down below in the bottom left corner as you make the attack. Man, Monument slaps. Or no, is this Dark Fantasy? Dark Fantasy slaps. I love their combat music. That is a hit. 3d8 points of damage. Go ahead and roll them deeps.
You have to roll that high to hit this thing.
You know what though? Come on, they're actual stakes, isn't it? Yeah. Isn't it? It's not just another combat.
I just need to get into flanking with him one more time, and I think I can kill him.
Hey,
16
guys.
more damage.
Hey, man, there you go. It hits, and you guys are doing some deeps to this thing. It is on the cusp of being bloodied.
Excuse the fuck out of you. What? What was that? It's so close to being bloodied?
Yeah. That
After
means
me
it's
doing 33 points of damage?
Yeah, that means it's close to half health.
All right. Vy'nia's gonna do a running reload.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
Run underneath of the tree. She's not getting in the tree. She's around the tree, right?
Rogue, put your
And-
webcam on. Currently, Jester's sitting in the GM seat on the stream.
Like,
And he earned
I'm
it.
sitting here oh fuck, Maj is dead.
Dude, it's got to be something with Fantasy Grounds or something. It's only the time it happens,
then-
right?
Yeah,
obviously, she's gonna do the whole take aim,
do it.
running reload, and shooting her sniper aim.
All right. That, unfortunately... Wait, does that count for your +2? Bringing you up to a 29?
It does not
Is your-
appear so.
Is your +2 included in that attack from your sniper's aim?
No, I don't think so.
So then that means it is actually a 29, correct?
Sure.
Okay.
I didn't put the +2 on there. No.
Okay. And is there any other things you may be forgetting?
No, it's just the sniper's aim. It's just the plus
All
2.
right. 29 is a miss.
Interest. That's a high AC. Can I hero point that?
How
Because
would
I
you?
feel like I
To
have
reroll your attack.
I need
Yeah, reroll that attack if you want.
we need to damage this thing.
roll higher than 9.
No, non-stop.
You just have to get. It's a 50.
This
It's
is where she
actually.
rolls a 1.
It is a 55% chance to hit it.
So if I do it that way,
Put that +2 on too. Oh,
Yes.
36. There you go. There you go. There you go. Hit. See? You got it. I told you guys got
Good
this
hero
fight.
point. Good
Go ahead and
hero
roll that
point.
damage. Jester's over there sweating bullets. Yeah, it's bloodied. See, I told you. It was really close to being bloodied. It is halfway dead. You guys are doing it. Good job.
It's practically dead.
It's practically
just-
dead.
I just
And so are
read
the rest
somewhere
of
that
us.
bullets have to make bottle checks when they get bloodied, right?
Bottle checks?
Body checks. He's doing Demon Gate rules.
Oh,
No, I meant bottle checks. Sorry. Like
like everybody gets a free bottle cap check?
it's scared. It gets out of here. Oh, what is that term from? That's from Necromunda, I think. Never mind.
No, you're good. Okay. It is Sir Hammond's turn.
Save me.
They pull my heart.
Blue.
it's
Blue.
so far away.
I'm gonna use an action to lay on hands. He's only missing 1 hit point. yes, Maji, whatever you need. I think I'm gonna just haul ass. Use 2 actions to get close to it again.
Yes, please get flanking so I can keep doing damage.
Oh yeah, well that's a good point. I guess I'd have enough.
Well, no, you can get there. There,
10,
like I
15,
have
20,
enough movement. I can get around the other
30.
side.
Oh, that's right, because you can't just stupid skates. That's right. I forgot about your.
I'm
your
gonna
healing.
sort of. Once we're done adventuring, I'm gonna settle down and open up a restaurant called Sonic. I'm gonna mass produce these skates.
All right. He just
I love
runs,
it.
just screaming at this thing like, ah! And that's what did I say earlier. Land shark, more like lamb shark. Just trying to really kill this thing. Oh,
It is
come
a
on,
s-
that's got a hit.
It has a small tier.
It's a hit.
That hits 30.
That is a hit.
Yay!
That's a hit. Go ahead. Roll that damage.
I had to roll a 15 on my first attack to hit it, you guys. This is not good. Okay. Okay. Here's some
Oh, Blue.
magic damage.
Blue earlier was like, I see that devil sitting on your shoulder. And I said,
Yeah.
I let it loose during GMing, and this is one of those sessions.
There it is.
Do you only do a D8 of damage?
Yeah. Yeah.
For reals?
D8 plus 5.
+5 because my strength.
Well, 11 points of damage. Hey guys, I told you, you guys got this. That wasn't me shitting you either. You're
All right, Dirge,
you're doing
do
it.
another
That's it for
30
me.
points.
That's
Let's
3
go.
actions.
Let's
I-
go.
I will
Dirge.
try my damnedest. All right, so 1,
I can't believe you have wheelies. That's so.
4.
You gave it to him.
I know, and I guess if there was anybody who really could use it effectively
A
too, it's
rogue.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Just totally
With
allowing
one
him.
movement.
Wait. Oh, were you within
Very-
its threat
a
range?
very serious
That movement looked
character.
like it.
Of Hot Dish Dugan.
Does it have combat reflexes?
I don't know. I guess you'll have to find out.
I saw when I moved from
Yeah,
here
it
to here,
probably is.
like,
It's kind of reach,
here
right?
to here.
Yeah, it's probably has lots of reach with it being that big, huh?
But does it have reflexes of combat? Because it would have attacked me. 'cause I
Reflexes of
moved.
combat.
Yeah, it flavor swipes at you.
Wow, wonderful. Now, in the real world where we're playing this game, I'm going to move over and... joking. Just being a jackass. Second movement.
Flavor attack him. Flavor attack him.
Alright.
Give him some of that juice.
Give him some of that.
I'm going to take his juice
That
from him.
hot dish juice.
You're gonna take his juice. 22, unfortunately, is a miss.
My God.
Only.
With flanking? Nope. Okay.
Oh, with flanking, that's a +2. That actually brings it up to a 24. That's still a miss.
I knew you were going to do it. It was just-
I just want to.
24.
Oh, boy! I don't know. I didn't take my medicine today, so I'm a little less reserved.
Fine.
Awesome.
And you're still eating Chex Mix. No,
God damn it.
no.
Okay, this is the last handful. Okay. I'm good. All right.
What's the magic word?
All right. Anything
The
else?
actions for you? Wait.
No, sorry, that's it. Yeah, I already said that was it. Yeah.
All right.
2 movements
Hot
and
dish does nothing. Maj, you are up.
He looks really cool in those Heelys.
He does. He looks really cool in this. I think I just love
Maj.
him. I love antagonizing guys and being the bad guy.
Maj
I
fearing
take
for
that.
his life right now. Just like, I must do something to stop this creature. And he casts Ray of Frost at the earth, trying to freeze the very ground underneath of him.
Ooh.
Hard to
That's
burrow the
fun.
ice.
That is very, very fun. I like that. I will take that into consideration. All right, Maj.
How many actions was that?
That was 2 actions. He is
Okay.
concentrating, and he is giving his all. He is just spending this entire time putting everything into this Ray of Frost to freeze this ground. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to say that is my entire turn because he is putting all his effort into this.
I like it. You know what? Bottle cap.
Yay!
Because it's a
Okay.
clever use of Ray of Frost. Bulette
And
is...
I actually have something for this if it works out.
The Bulette is sees Hot Dish, the one who stabbed him multiple times on his wheelies, and he first off looks at you lamentate because he also wants wheelies, but unfortunately there are none in his
really
size. He is going to go ahead and attack you, Hot Dish. This will be a Jaws attack incoming on Hot Dish. Okay, I accidentally had 2 people. I got Maj targeted as well. Let me go ahead and untarget him. This will be a 31 against Hot Dish. That will hit.
Okay. That will hit, not a crit.
Not a crit. That's.
You know what? My retributive strike. I get to attack for free.
Do it. 26
I'm gonna
points
try.
of damage
I've
to
got to roll like a
Hot
15 to
Dish.
hit it.
Yes.
Is flanked is still
27 with the flanking.
Right. Oh, I'm targeting it. Still missing.
That's okay. Does that, so that would be at a -2. That would bring it to a 20, your attack essentially to a 29.
You're
Sir.
behind it, right? Oh,
Did
yeah.
are you positive your +1 longsword is reflected in your to hit? Then
Yep.
that is
All
a
my
miss.
other weapons are plus 15. 14 isn't plus 15, so.
It grazes off its exterior. I was just making certain that you didn't
But you know
like
what?
weapon focus
Hot Dish will
or
get my,
something like that.
the DR for my retributive strike, which I need to look up again.
Sure.
So, yeah, you'll get a little DR from that at least. I'm looking it up.
Oh, okay, cool.
Same lady.
Legit. Yeah, this
Okay,
lady.
2 plus
This
my
really.
level,
This lady's a boss when she belts.
So you okay? It takes 8 points of that damage is removed from Hot Dish.
Okay, Hot Dish, you can remove 8 points of damage as it's about to claw you. It wants those Heelys. It's also decided it wants those Heelys. Those sexy, sexy Heelys. Claw attack
Put 'em
on
on
Hot
claw.
Dish. 35 to hit for critical attack. Critical claw. So Hot Dish like bite chunk gets taken out of him, and then as he's like reeling, this thing's claw comes and just catches him entirely unaware for 35 points of damage, smacking him.
-8.
He's like, take a little bit off
You're
the
welcome.
top
Hey,
there,
man.
Captain.
You're
Hey,
welcome.
you negated 16 points of damage, and that's really important because that's effectively like one full attack. Fun part, though, is he has a third attack. which he is going to go ahead and take. Oh, actually, wait a second.
Shouldn't that claw have been at a minus?
It should have been.
5?
It should have been.
Natural attack.
Hot Dish, what is your AC?
It is 23.
Then that is not a critical hit, and instead it will do 1,
I
2, 10. That would have been 12 points of damage, which means you should have taken only a total of 4 points of damage from the attack, given Sir Hammond's
okay. So I was at
retributive strike.
18, 19.
So 22. Okay, and it will take its final claw attack against you. This time I'm going to put the minus 10 in. My bad. That was a good catch. Real good catch. Third claw attack. 17. That is a miss. Okay. It's not going to get those wheelies this turn. Azgrymn, you are up. Azgrymn, I'm going to go grab some water. I'm listening on my headphones. I'm on my way back, but you should be able to target and continue to move. So continue.
All right, I am going to fire. First shot.
Oh, come on. Fuck.
No.
Miss.
You're gonna miss with the rest of the shots.
Even with even with the flank, so that's
No, flank doesn't count for ranged attacks.
oh.
I can do one more and I can aim on this one. That's why I saved the aim for this one. But I have to roll.
But is that with your +2 as well for your hunt prey?
If you do the hunt prey or...
All right, so Hunt Prey brings you up to 26. And
Jesus, have I been missing that? Hunt Prey? Does it give you +2?
Yes.
it does.
I have not been using that
That would be helpful.
at all. Because I have an aim that gives you +2, but I didn't.
You can use both
Okay.
for a net
Well,
plus
that would
4.
have been, that would have been a 26. This will be my second attack, and it'll
Minus
be a
1.
+4.
Okay. Now, take aim is an action.
Yeah, I didn't take aim on the first one.
Okay.
So that was just with the Hunter's Prey. It should have been 26, and then this one is taking aim for the second action, third action, firing second shot. This one's only +9 normally.
Oh, that's a hit on the dot.
Nice.
Now you know it's
nice.
AC. Go ahead and roll 3d6 points or 3d8, right?
Yeah.
You get him good.
Give me some love.
Hey, 11 plus another d8. Oh, max! Oh, that's beautiful. 19. All right.
2 8s. Is that exploding?
No.
Yeah, that should explode.
Oh,
Save.
do you know what? I forgot about that rule. It is Demon Gate. Demon Gate. Okay.
Shameless
it
product
is-
plug.
Shame. There's no shame in plugging. Azgrymn, that was your turn. Vy'nia, you are up. Now I'm going to point to this combat multiple times in the future when you're all like, oh, this is so hard. Oh, God, I'm so scared. And I'm going to be like, you guys rolled it. And you're going to be like, ooh.
Was I scared at all? Like
You were the one making that literal sound the entire time, Blue. I remember.
no,
I
it's
think
not.
everybody remembers. Everybody remembers Blue going, "Oh, I'm so weak and scared."
No, the other guy wants to run away. I'm just
Vy'nia.
pointing that out.
No, yeah.
Oh, she's 2 action. She's gonna
I'm
do the whole
still afraid.
take aim and fire.
Rogue's like, I was the one making that noise. That was me.
I'm afraid.
That is a critical hit
Wow.
against
How
this
is that-
thing.
Oh, because of the flanking, or I guess.
Oh, because of the flanking, which you wouldn't have as a
No,
ranged.
It wasn't the flanking. It's my +2 because of my sniper's aim.
Sorry, its AC is 30, which means that for you to get a critical attack on a 19, you would have to hit a 40. That is the math that we're doing in the head. So it's actually not a critical hit. It is a regular hit, though.
Interesting.
So go ahead and roll me. Okay,
Fine.
It's
gonna roll that magical damage in there. That's the.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage. I untargeted it. It should get rid of the crit. We'll just take your damage from this attack. So that'll be 9 points of damage. Awesome.
Basically, what happened there, Blue, is because Sir Hammond put the flanking condition on that, all attacks are getting the flanking damage, even though flanking doesn't count for range.
Yes. Also,
how come the range doesn't count?
Why does range not benefit from the flat-footed condition? It is my
flanking.
So it is my understanding that that is the part of the rules. Now, I could be wrong. It could be that they have amended that.
Right now. Yeah. Conditions. I'm looking up right now.
We will go back and adjust if necessary. But for right now, we're going to go ahead with the 9. Now, that was also your first strike. So that gives you another D8, right?
Yeah, which it didn't.
It just says to AC, not to melee AC.
But it says when you and your ally are flanking a foe.
Well, it says you are flat-footed.
All right. Flanking.
Flank with ranged weapons.
Oh, so flanking is different than flat-footed.
Yes.
Flanking imposes the flat-footed condition
only if you're in the flank.
if you are part of the flank. However, it says...
And it specifically says melee attacks from creatures flanking it.
Source Core Rulebook. When you and an ally are flanking a foe, it has a harder time defending against you. A creature is flat-footed, taking a -2 to melee attacks from creatures that are flanking it. To flank a foe, you and your ally must be on opposite boats. Correct. But...
yeah. Hot dish and hammy. Got it.
All right, but that will still impose damage, and I think you get a. I think what you get like a. So you got a 1d8 from sniper's aim and a 1d8. Yeah. Okay, so we're all good, right?
Hmm?
Do you get another d8 for something else? 1 shot, 1 kill. Is that what we decided? 1 shot, 1 kill gives you it, and then snipers.
So it's 1d8 plus 2 piercing plus a 1d8. So it's a total of 2d8 plus 2. So yeah, no, that's the damage.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to short you any damage just in case.
No, that's damage.
All right, legit. All right.
I thought it was going to be critical.
I know. It always sucks to get that taken away. But for what it's worth, guys, it's 75% of its health is gone. You're doing work. So Hammond, you're up.
So I have one action left, by the way.
Oh, all right. What do you want to do?
You know, I have a sneaking suspicion it doesn't like to burrow through trees.
Okay.
But I do want to grab a bottle out of my bag for my last action.
A bottle out of your bag. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Sir Hammond.
Should I switch weapons? No. Well, I guess I could because multiple attacks. No, fuck it. This thing's so hard to hit. His longsword's my best shot. He will continue to attack with his holy sword. That's what he'd do.
Unfortunately, that is a critical
miss.
No, because it's flanking and flat-footed. Yep, it is not a critical miss.
Okay, let's try this again. I've got to roll a natural 20 to attack to hit it with this. No, I can roll an 18 because the flank.
Natural 20, critical hit.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Roll me a D100, buddy.
That was awesome. All right.
I just got to
13. That is just regular old double damage. Double damn.
D8 plus 5. 2d8 plus 10, bitch.
18 points of damage. This thing is not doing well. Hot dish.
Oh, no. Roll my last action.
It's your
roll another 20. No, I won't. I'm gonna raise my shield.
All right.
Wait. No, I'm not gonna look it up. The rules for like intimidate. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna raise my shield.
Okay. Dirge, hot dish, Dug. The Dugs.
The Dugs.
The Dugs.
Dirge comes in with the rapier. The Dugs.
25. Unfortunately, that is a miss.
Okay.
All right. Attack number 2.
Hit. 18.
Critical miss. All right, let's roll that D100.
With the -2.
Yeah, it's a critical miss with the -2 to its AC.
Yes, because that would still be exactly 10 underneath its AC. If only you rolled a little bit higher.
If
Just
only your
Just a bad
things were
miss.
impossible to hit.
What do you mean? You've hit it multiple times. It is
Yes,
not
but it
doing
was
well.
flat-footed and prone.
Yeah, it's working great. Maybe we
When
should
you
make
roll
it
a
prone.
17 under to 20, you hit it.
Yeah. Why are you
On your first attack.
complaining? Yeah. Golly, man, a lot of complaining. All right, Dirge. Anything else?
You know what? I didn't like the amount of damage that it gave me, so I'm gonna use my skates to just like
Run away.
skate
like
on out of there.
like a baby.
okay.
Like a baby. Leaving your friend behind.
Yep, I'm just
And it
gonna.
is no longer flanked.
Yeah, I don't want to die.
I know. You're
I
making it
just want to
harder
point out
for
who the real
everyone
one
else.
that's running away is. I just say.
I will come back when it is my turn to stabby.
That's true. There's no sense in standing here and just hitting it 3 times.
I imagine
Yeah.
like you're
That's the first
zoomed in
time.
on this thing, like you can't see me. I'm behind it. You just see me. Then out of nowhere, you just see me off the side.
You skate away, don't even see him. Like, good job holding the flank, Dirge.
All right. He's like, I will give you some of my juice later.
I'll meet you in the middle.
Maj is up. Maj Ward, can you finish this thing?
Maj is going to once again cast Ray of Frost on this ground, further freezing the earth. But this time, he's going to go ahead and shout at this beast. You know you want to eat me like my family. Leave my friends alone.
I like
As
it.
He casts his focus spell onto this creature. So he'll hit it with one force bolt to get its attention.
4 points of damage to the
That's
Bulette.
true. That's automatic damage. That's not a bad idea, buddy.
All right. Anything else?
That is all his actions.
Eat his
He's hoping this gambit plays off. He right now in Maj's mind, he is hoping this gambit works.
Okay. It's this thing's turn. It is going to disappear from view as it begins burrowing into the ground.
Damn it. It's gone. We've bested the beast again.
It,
No, Sir Hammond. My plan may either fail or succeed, but I shall see you on the other side either way.
okay. This thing is going to take Maj's bait and burst underneath the cold ground underneath him. I got to figure out how to do this mechanically.
So I actually have a thought for this.
I'm
Roll Rat
open.
has a downside. If Roll Rat was to roll into a tree, let me look up the damage.
There's damage for it, yeah.
Yes, there is damage if he collides with a tree or any kind of rock or anything. So it would take 4d6 bludgeoning damage if I was to hit an object,
So
which is why I have been careful every time to make sure my path is clear.
So here's what I'm going to do. Because it's not going as fast burrowing as it would with Roll Rat. There's just not as much inertia. There's not as much speed,
It's
velocity.
hardier than a rat. Yeah.
It's hardier than a rat. There's a lot of things. So I'm going to have it take 1d6 points of damage.
Damn.
But I like the thought process behind it.
For sure.
Does
So-
that make him slower coming through the ground too? Like it takes him
And
a little bit to come through
also,
that frozen earth, so it's not gonna like surprise attack him.
I guess
I was
we'll find
also
out.
going to argue the fact that Maj was intending for this to happen.
Yeah, no, I know you were. I think 1d6 is good, and I'm gonna let you roll it, buddy. Good buddy, Jester.
Roll that 6, baby.
The creature burrows underneath the ground, getting closer to you, and you see it like tremors, like the earth billowing up as it comes towards you, and then like all of a sudden, like thunk, and it just stops.
I told you it was best of the beast? Question mark?
You have
My God!
killed the beast.
Blood like bubbles up from the ground.
What?
The ice below you turns slightly red as the blood pours out of
It had 2 hit points left.
That's awesome.
Damn it.
Oh,
If I'd have hit it
What a
once.
gambit. What a gambit.
Damn
That's
it.
awesome.
That was a fun gambit.
Imagine it disappears into the ground, and Sir Hammond's like, "Where did it eat? Did it eat hot dish?" And then he's just off the side.
Hot dish is gone. Oh, there you are.
All right. You guys have bested this thing that is there. It
Fuck
is. So you guys did fine. Honestly, like, you guys are good. This is okay. So this is why I do the hard combats, because like I don't believe. I love Paizo. I think they're amazing, but their CR ratings are a bit to me, and so I'm kind of just like, fuck it. I know my party better than the book does. And
What's the
I
CR rating of the bullet?
is CR8.
8?
CR8. I also want to point out that you guys have 5 players as opposed to 4.
That's true.
So that is
The hard
another
thing about,
impact.
I was thinking about like how 5e, like there are no monsters with like high AC. That's what gets you, is like you just can't fucking hit it. Like you gotta roll like an 18 to hit this thing, and we
Yeah.
just had a lot of really lucky rolls to hit.
Well, you had a lot of really lucky rolls, but you also have a higher. You have 5. Okay. You have essentially 10 attacks around to
Right.
its combined between your party to its
Max.
3 max, 2 of which are effective. The last one is
Well,
not super
I was
effective.
gonna say we have like 5 effective attacks against it. To be fair, too.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no, you're right. Like, so I mean, it's a combination of all of it. But the other thing too is like the other thing that, and this is, we're just kind of getting into like TTRPG philosophy, which is like, no TTRPG is foolproof. And then the other thing, and no TTRPG can really fully, can really fully plan for the creativity and amazing things that players can come up with. And so the Devil's Gambit I've made,
you
and
allow it.
and the Devil's Gambit I've made, which I fully acknowledge is a Devil's Gambit, because it can bite me in the ass one day, and bite my players in the ass for that matter, is that I'm just gonna do harder combats, and that hopefully will kind of like level that creativity to some extent. And I think in doing so, it allows you guys to shine all the more. So that's
I've
just
had to
my
be creative.
philosophy.
I'm a fan. I think it works.
I have had to be very creative.
Yeah.
But Maj will go ahead and use Produce Flame to heat up the earth, and he's going to burrow down to just verify this thing's dead, and maybe start trimming some meat and some scales and whatever off
Yeah,
the creature.
you first kind of like stab it or whatever, and it kind of like shudders, like Jaws does, like one last time in every movie, just like comes up, and then it's clearly dead. Gives you a heart attack.
Okay. This thing is dead. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the harder scales off this. Maybe grab the claws, get us a couple of steaks. It's gonna be a little bit earthy and a little bit gamey, but I think the party would like this.
And he's
All right.
going to town while collecting and harvesting what he can off this beast. And he actually has a plan for this thing.
Okay.
For this thing's scales. Or
Cute little
hide.
kid on Blue's lap. Just pointing it out.
Hey, hey, can you say hi?
Hey,
Say, how are you?
Hi.
She's so goddamn cute.
She is.
Wait.
Hi.
He's precious.
You got the hiccups.
So
Peanut butter.
Maj, while everybody is going to be going through the cache, going to start working on a project. He's going to start crafting a shield out of this thing's hide.
Are you telling me you want to start implementing some Blades in the Dark rules for long-term projects? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're doing?
I mean,
You son of a bitch! Because I love it.
Vy'nia's gonna put that bottle right back into her bag because
Oh, yeah, you
it was
can
gonna
have it.
be, you know, that vial of frost that I was gonna use on the creature if it got up above ground.
While everybody is finishing.
I wanna check out the cache immediately.
Awesome.
Try it.
all right.
I have stuff for disarming traps if there's traps. Thievery check, but I got.
So, okay. Tell me how this. Okay, so Maj is preoccupied with the bullet, carving it up, getting some food for you all. Blue is going towards the cache. She seems to be ahead of you, Dirge. Do you say anything? Because she talked first, so I want to respect that.
I'm gonna say, hey, hold up there. We don't know if it's trapped there. It might be might have some booby traps in there.
How do you respond, Blue?
Booby.
I'm pretty sure the booby trap was the Bulette, and this is for the taking.
Oh, go right ahead then. Sorry, I was just trying to help there.
Give her 20
but
feet.
all right, no problem. I'll let you take care of that. It's a door to the Bulette dimension. You open it up, just a stream of bullets. Just.
Is there a lock on it? What is it, by the way? What kind of cache? What does it look like?
Yeah. So essentially what it looks like is crates, chests. A lot of them are kind of like bolted down with chains. Some of them have locks on them. Like it's clear that whoever had this, one, had it hidden with the kind of camouflage tarp, but also that they're, trying to kind of use some amount of security in case people look past that.
So there is
just looking out for. He's looking out for he's like who would put this here? I'm just making sure there's no one watching us.
So can I gather up all the ones that have chain locks on them, line up all the chain locks right next to each other, and blast lock them with my blunderbuss?
Sure, you can do that. Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you go to touch the cache, the first thing that happens is something goes off. So I'm going to go ahead and need a reflex save from you.
Oh, no. She's got reflexes.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I told you so there.
Does she have... Is that a thing? Do they do... what's it called? She takes no damage? Is it crit success?
Well, hold on here. I have to find out whether or not it's making an attack against her or if I need to do a reflex save, because I forget that dart or what's the word?
Swear to God, if it's another fucking mimic, all I was doing was blasting.
Another mimic. You're gonna learn to stop reaching for treasure.
Never. She wants what's in those
He's a greedy
boxes.
little cat.
Okay,
That is in their nature.
So my apologies. This is actually an attack against you. This is not a reflex save.
No reflex save. Damn.
My apologies. That is my bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a hero point because I messed up. So Blue, you get a hero point because you rolled really good, and I know it sucks to lose a roll because of GM error. So Don't say I never gave you anything. All right, so let me go ahead and make this roll.
He just
I
punched you in the gut and threw a hero point on your body.
This is a 37 against your 24 AC. This is actually a critical hit from this trap.
Was it Dirge?
Yeah, you're so excited about all of this. You didn't see, like, in the tree there was like some trap essentially like inlaid in kind of like one of the holes in the tree, and so it shoots out.
So smug
didn't
right
see
now.
it?
Hot Dish looks so smug right now.
He's like laying on a limb, and it opens up just 3 feet below him.
He's like that fucking meme of like Willy Wonka. He's like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
She thinks I'm shooting arrows at her again.
Okay, so first things first. Let's go ahead and do this damage.
First things first. Can I use a hero point? Make you re-roll that shit.
If you would like to, you want to use your hero point to do that immediately, that's fair. So we cancel each other's rolls out. It's all fair now. This is the roll.
Here we go.
I rolled higher,
Oh my
37.
God.
It's another crit.
That's another crit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
It was
dice.
slightly higher.
Okay, what
It
do
was
we got
meant to
here?
be.
13 points of
could've been
damage
worse.
is the first thing that happens.
that's not bad. It can't possibly be anything worse than that.
Well, who is there
I do
anybody?
have some- Sorry, go ahead.
Who is there with her again?
I think.
Well,
Dirge walked away.
Yeah, I stepped back in
They're
case it
just
was an
watching.
explosive.
So is it
What?
only Vy'nia looking at the cache?
I probably would have heard the arrow if it came out of the tree. I
Yeah.
probably would have heard that.
Okay, then it will only hit her. Actually, Hammond's in line too. Hammond gonna make an attack against you.
I wasn't even looking at that. I was watching, looking out for other people.
Hey, don't give me
I
lip.
really wasn't not
Don't
looking at the.
don't you give me lip. Don't give me lip.
I think your choice to hit both of them was fair and balanced, Gio.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
36. That's just a regular hit.
At least it won't crit. A couple things are gonna happen.
My laptop's fine. 9 points of damage, Hammond. Now, what I'm going to need from both of you is a fortitude save, as the darts are poisoned.
I just want to point out that I have in my bag an elixir of life.
Okay, if you'd
shit.
like to take that, you can, but you're still poisoned.
It gives me bonus to saving throws against diseases and poisons for 10 minutes.
If you'd like
You
to,
have to take it.
Yeah, you can take it if you'd like. But this first save will come before your drink. If you want to take the drink to help you on subsequent saves, that's fine. But you're currently poisoned.
I'm gonna hero point that for save.
Okay, Vy'nia is poisoned. Sir Hammond is not. All right, Vy'nia, you take an additional, for the first round, 1d6 of poison damage. Have we applied that to your character sheet yet? No, the damage from earlier.
13, no.
I did.
13 on Vy'nia. Okay, there we go. So 13 on Vy'nia. You take an additional d6. That's the first thing that happens. Ooh, max points. 6 points of poison as you feel it coursing through your veins. Okay. We're kind of in a loose initiative order right now. I'm going to give everybody 1 round to do their normal thing. Vy'nia is currently poisoned. Who is doing what, if anything, after the arrows go off? The darts, rather.
Yeah. What the hell was that? I'm kind of confused because I wouldn't even look in that direction. I just get shot by a random ass dart. So
Hits you right in your ass.
Yeah. I don't think I'm even gonna be able to look at Vy'nia. Did you shoot me? Azgrymn!
I think an arrow came from this tree over here. It's some kind of trap.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to do the Jim face from, like, The Office.
Wow.
Looks at the
Wow.
camera.
I'm a pop open a top of, like,
So I guess I would like to.
some pop.
I guess I'd like to perceive to see what I know. If I recognize that she's poisoned or that I'm poisoned.
You don't feel it,
An
but you,
antidote.
yeah, you like see something on you that's clearly, yeah, you see that there's something coating these darts. Okay, so you know she's poisoned. Any other actions before we proceed to round 2? Going once, going
I
twice.
communicate to the party that she's been poisoned.
Maj is digging through his bag. I don't think I have anything for the poison. I have some things that can cause poison, but
6 seconds.
I have an
You
antidote.
got some soap?
Okay,
You have an
Rogue,
antidote?
Rogue says he has an antidote. Are you moving down the tree?
Yeah.
Okay, you're moving down the tree. You're pulling out the thing. Okay, that's probably going to take your whole round. All right, so it's going to be round 2. I need you to make me another fortitude save, Vy'nia, to see if you're able to save against this.
This
From
is
getting-
the one she took the elixir
There you go.
for, right?
Okay, the good news is
I didn't take the elixir.
the good news is that it doesn't get worse, but you can still feel the poison as I roll another max damage die for bringing you up to 25. Okay, new round set. You're giving her the antidote?
Yeah, I'll give that one to her. That's
Okay.
the only one I have. I'll delete it.
You give her the antidote. The poison condition immediately clears from you. You don't get those hit points back, but you're no longer take anything else. So we're going to exit out of this initiative order, and we're going to resume kind of our loose play as you guys continue to explore the area and the like. Jester has redeemed Do a Dance While Crying, so I will go ahead and do that while you guys decide what to do next.
As for burning
she's-
subsided.
Yeah, thanks. No, I appreciate it. Apparently, I thought the Bulette was the thing that was guarding the cache, and there wouldn't be any traps. That's an odd looking. How did that tree even open?
It was like how like you see trees and there's like a hole sometimes,
Like a knot in the wood or
like
something.
a knot in the wood. Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to convey.
Naughty wood.
Well, Dirge is gonna be like, well, see, there's your problem there. It's a classic knot hole in the tree trap. Just
Oh, one of those. Yes.
hey, see,
Vy'nia
here's the problem here.
Vy'nia just rolls her eyes,
Pressure plate
gets-
underneath the
gets super like butthurt, turns her back to it, sits down, and consumes a healing potion.
Maj is.
So you take this pressure plate and you just jimmy a
It
knife
just keeps
underneath it, and then
going. It's the worst.
So Maj, seeing what's going on, and while he's starting to like pull on this hide and stretch it, and starting to work on this project, he's gonna look up and go, "You all need a little bit of encouragement, so just listen to the soft tones of this magical spell." And as you start to hear very melodic, uplifting music, Maj is actually going to cast Infectious Enthusiasm.
Gee, see, once you get the knife under there and you hear the click, that means it's disarmed.
Gosh. Okay. 18
I was gonna
points.
say I drank a potion for 12 points. I was waiting for someone to stop.
Well,
But now I
but
guess
both,
I'm
both of
fully
those can
healed.
happen. Yeah, you're fully healed.
Okay.
This will encourage yourself and others, get things done, motivate your allies. You'll gain a +1 circumstance bonus to attack rolls, will saves, charisma base during the next spell allies in 30 feet. But for flavor, it's just a very calming sounding spell, and it uplifts everyone's mood.
I think
Okay.
I'm feeling a little bit better for some reason.
I just want to point out that she has stubborn. She's not gonna feel it.
Well, then you'll have to roll against my spell DC.
That's true. Roll a will save. And what is your spell save DC?
Resist my charm.
I imagine you probably had similar interactions with your children where they're like,
Oh,
She
I
is
don't
very
wanna be
she's
stubborn.
a willful kitty. She really does not like that rat stuff.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to be happy right now. And the enmity
wanna
between
be
your people,
grumpy.
cat
Sounds
and
like a
mouse. Okay.
Do you want me to roll it as a attack or what? Just to see if it.
Just no, whatever your will save is your spell save DC is what she had to roll over.
She beat it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a 22 if it's my wisdom base.
Yeah. So, well, it's intelligence for you because you're a wizard.
Okay, then it would be a 23, but she still beat it.
Okay. So,
Can I get this? I can't adjust my health. Can you put me at
0, I got you.
full health, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so you were standing before these caches, and they are the Bulette is dead. The trap has been figured out, or what have you, and now you have them before you. What do you do?
Not Dish. You should probably check the rest of them for traps.
Yes. Yes, I'll do that.
God, you're the worst.
And then you jimmy under the pressure plate, and then you hear that click. Turk is third. That one's disarmed. Let's see if there's any.
So I'm gonna wave.
Let me put on my spectacles here.
Gonna hand wave this.
Please, hand wave every single click.
For the love of God, I'm gonna hand wave this. All right. Okay, go ahead and roll me a craft.
This one's a little different. This one you gotta do.
No, you can. No, it's good because I think it fleshes out your relationship between you and Vy'nia, which is the fact that like she's just mad at you. Like it gives you
my guts.
Well, it gives you guys stuff to play off of, which is fun. So but yeah. All right, so you traps have been disarmed. Chests are before you. What do you do?
All right. Open the chest.
So
Vy'nia, would you do the honors? And no, I'm not trying to get you trapped again. I promise. I checked it twice. Thrice.
Did you take care of the locks?
Oh, did I?
Are you blowing them off, or is he unpicking them?
I can pick them.
He can clearly pick them.
All right.
I can pick them.
Yeah, that's good. You begin picking the locks, which is good because you also know that her blast lock makes a lot of noise. As you are
2d4 bullets.
going through them, Dirge, you find one chest that has some papers in them. You find another chest that has a shit ton of vials. And you find a third chest with a ton of weapons.
Daddy like. Let's
What are you looking at first?
I'm a.
Are you just like sharing it with everybody, or
yeah? No, everybody's here. Everyone who's in the area.
Sure. Okay. So you're checking out the chest of weapons. I'm gonna in between sessions we'll get more into it. Most of them look like pretty regular martial weapons, but you do notice a few exceptional quality ones in there. Which again we'll do in between missions. The second one is a shit ton of vials. If anybody wants to, they can give me a crafting check for alchemy.
All right, I will go ahead and do that. My crafting check before was for me starting on the shield.
Oh my gosh!
Nope, not me.
Drugs.
Nice.
You're
Tons
still
of
a little
drugs.
bit out of it from the
Drugs.
Lots of drugs. Lots and lots and lots of drugs.
see, no.
We got
winners
that
don't
one
use these.
And a nat 20 in that roll.
That's pretty fun. And you guys have almost the same modifier. But yes, lots of drugs. And I'm not talking about like like hard drugs, things that will make
Like
people
aspirin.
like things that make people addicted, things that get people specifically addicted. And Maj, as you're looking through it, you're like, this is associated with like different criminal enterprises and the like. And who's looking at the chest of papers?
Maj will.
Awesome.
Now, I was told that winners don't use these.
Hold on.
So,
So hold on. Dirge is looking at the weapons.
yeah.
Maj is about to look through the paper.
Hammond's is praying.
Hammond's praying.
Ignoring all of this.
Maj
Right.
hasn't told anybody what is in that chest yet.
I don't care. I want her to sneak a vial. That's the.
Sure. Roll
Right in
perception
front of
check to see if
Maj.
anybody catches her. I don't know why she has them. Oh, -1 from the clumsy from the poison. But the antidote would have cleared that. So you're at a 20. You're effectively at a 20, which means none of them see it.
Hold up. I want to roll perception.
But you're looking in the paper. Damn it.
22.
Maj, you do notice she... well, I'm actually going to give you a -2. Because you are looking at... Yeah, -3. -2. That's
Look,
the...
when Maj goes into like paper and book mode, he's funnel fit. You know, he's tunnel vision, right?
But Maj knows what's in that chest.
Yeah, but still, you're busy.
I tell you what. Here's the
They're
deal.
just too interested in the weapons. He's just like looking at the...
I'm gonna have you guys do me a roll off to find out whose argument is gonna be superior. We'll let the roll decide.
Luck
Jester and Blue both roll me a luck roll, D20. Whoever wins, your argument will succeed, and I will give a -3 to
Oh,
him.
she gets a 20.
It's a lucky
Yeah,
cat.
no, you are super involved. She's able to sneak some drugs.
You know what?
All right.
Like Azgrym's in the way because I'm actually in there looking at the vials because I rolled to identify them.
Yeah.
So I could be like looking at them and like totally in the way, and I'm trying to identify them, and I don't even notice her taking and.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
She just
I
sneaks
like
one
that.
real quick.
If I am super involved in the papers, I'd like if possible, a modifier for the roll on the papers.
You're concentrating so hard on those papers.
He's trying. He's like, all right, if I can't catch her stealing the drugs, I want to find something cool.
It's written in plain English. You can understand it. You can't understand it any more than...
Common. It's written in common.
These are some kind of drug.
You're like conspiracy theorists. Like, if I take the first letter of every third word and put it together, it spells habadabadaba.
Do you think some guild hid this stuff here? Some thieves guild or something?
It'd have to be some sort of guild of calamitous intent.
So wait a minute. What are these things? She
Drugs.
Drugs. Totally took some, but then she's like poking at it with her claw. She's like moving around. She's like, so
These
what
are,
exactly? She's lifting one up. She's like, what exactly is it though? Like, is
The
there
kids
a
on the
name?
street call this speedball.
You should probably just close that trunk. There's absolutely nothing of value to us. Look, let me just stop bothering me. I'm looking at these papers.
We did identify, right? Do
I
we know what
identify-
kind of?
I identified
You're like
them.
drugs.
I haven't moved on, relayed the information to anyone yet.
I don't know if I rolled a crafting skill at 23. I don't know if that identifies them. Does that succeed?
I mean, he got his crafting at 34, and all he knows is drugs. Like,
oh, okay. We don't know.
I rolled a nat 20.
Yeah. Okay.
They do
But
it.
we don't know any details.
Sorry, I was working on something. You're wondering about what the drugs are specifically, correct? That is the question?
With
Yes.
my roll of 23, I have
Yeah,
identified what the
I
drugs
think-
are.
Yeah, I think that would. Give me a second real quick here.
Maj rolled like a nat 20. Like,
Ah.
I know he knows, right? But I was just wondering if I know. For RP purposes.
Yeah. So this is
all the drugs.
He's trying to look up what kind of drugs are in Pathfinder.
All cards on the table. I am. I had one. I had
drugs near me.
Quick, no. I don't want to end up like that one guy who killed his wife. No.
Oh wait.
Frank.
Ooh, that'd be fun to do. Yeah, I want to get you guys.
Fun to do.
So, well, you know what I mean. Son of a bitch.
I normally crack one of these and pour it over top of my dish, and it's pretty good. Adds to the flavor.
This is
we're wondering what it is. This fucker over here's already got one cracked open and
trying to
drinking
say this spell or this drug is called Shiver. You would know that Shiver is a compound produced from the hallucinogenic venom of certain spiders. Shiver is common in black markets, and it's so addictive. It actually has I don't know how to say the word. Virulent. Virulent. That means that people who are addicted to this, it's harder for them to actually remove their addiction to it. Regarding the papers, there's one paper on top. It seems to be, and this is actually where we're going to leave. I'm going to send it to Jester because you're the one looking, correct?
Yes.
Rogue's camera
Messing
turned
up
off
our
again.
stream again.
Sorry.
Hi, I'm Prankster. I
Damn
smell
it.
funny.
No, that's not true. No, stab it.
No, don't tell them the truth. They can't handle it.
They hated him because he told the truth.
I would relay that because she was asking what it was.
Okay.
And if I identified it, I would say. Shiver.
Okay, so you identify it as Shiver, Jester incoming through Discord, and then you can go ahead and read it aloud if you want to, or you can do whatever you'd like with it.
Give me a second to read.
This is highly addictive.
Jester, how many bottles did I swipe? Just can I add that to?
I also want to keep in mind that Rogue found this cache about a year ago. Which is something that Maj. So there's this when all the things got crazy time wise in the Wizards area, remember that?
Yep.
The Rogue was still like, even though he got there later than you guys, a year had passed here, and then a year passed while he was in there. So that might inform the calculus.
Guys, this document is rather interesting. I think this is something I should read aloud to all of you now that you know what this horrible drug actually is. If you all don't know, it's made from a very potent spider venom. But this reads, and it is from a high cultist, Zarok. Our agents have been infiltrating the various towns and places around Ustalav. After our previous advance was slowed down by the orcs, it was clear that it will take a different strategy to take these lands. Keeping them separated, keeping the people addicted, and having agents continue to undermine various power structures in the land. We'll get neighbors against neighbors, towns against towns, and force them to have enmity towards one another. One town at a time, a building of line straight support to
What is this?
Belkzen.
Belkzen.
to subjugate those orcs once more, continuing your work in Tarbaffanor's name.
Tarbafan.
Tarbathon's.
That's the Whispering Tyrant.
In time, these lands will be his. This is a part of a bastarded plan. Try to basically unravel everything that we have. I guarantee you the town south was probably the focal point of this stash. Which is probably why they're so hostile. They haven't been getting their supply.
Can
Sir
this-
Hammond looks up from his prayers. I think just getting
You
that
prob-
vibe.
You probably haven't heard the name
Overhearing.
Tarbafan in a while either.
Yeah. Drugs being dealt by the undead. This
Yes.
Just if it isn't, if they aren't fiending for drugs, perhaps the drugs themselves make them hostile to each other.
Yes. It is a possibility, but after this mission is done, we should make sure that there is no caches around our little
Sir
settlement.
Hammond goes over and I don't know what takes his sword and just smashes Vial with his sword immediately.
Hold
Wait.
This very well, smashing this, could leak into the groundwater. We are near a stream.
All right, let's stick to
Vy'nia thinks for a moment.
I'll hold it.
She's contemplating, and then she opens her mouth, closes it, takes a deep breath, and then says, is there any way to cure this?
Oh, did you already take some?
No. She's thinking. Is there any way to cure this? Is there a safe way to dispose of it? And could it possibly be used as a poison? Asking for a friend.
Maj, you know enough.
Maj?
Actually, I'm going to give this to Rogue because he's been the one studying. Rogue, I'm going to go ahead and send you the effects of what this kind of does. Here you go. I'm going to send it to you via Discord, so it's coming in just a second. God dang it.
Are you sure? Because he did roll a 20 on it.
Yeah, but Jester's gotten his fun, so he I want to kind of spread the love around.
Roger.
And it makes sense because he was working on the letter, and you specifically said you were analyzing the vials. So I think it makes sense narratively.
Sweet. Alright. Checking it out now.
Man, Sir Hammond's gonna go full mark on these undead.
Shiver is I'm gonna let him read it, how roleplay that however he is. But a good corollary for this in our world is like opium.
Yeah, very good stuff. Very good.
Sir Hammond's like, it's important that we just say no. It's very lawful good about this.
I just no. Now hear me out, man. Could we use this against them?
This is.
Could I dip a bolt of arrow, like a bolt from an arrow, and will it have the same effect, or does it go to the bloodstream? Do you have to drink it? Can we use this to our advantage?
This is evil. This is chemical warfare. This is unthinkable.
You need to sit down, old man.
I think I'm younger than you. Very idealistic. I'm a freaking knight.
This
All right,
stuff
Air
lasts-
Officer Hammond over here.
This venom. Well, it is. Mars was right. Extracted from the venom of spiders. It lasts for a few hours. And it can frighten people, the user. It can make them clumsy and make them fall asleep. But very dangerous to be given to commoners, that's for sure. Maybe we should destroy it.
It's a drug, but it sounds like a poison.
It looked like a poison when
What
you got some.
excitement does someone get out of this if they take it? Drugs are supposed to be fun, exciting.
I think it takes away the pain.
It's a sickness.
The big issue is that people can become addicted, and the addiction is a lot worse than the drug itself. To give you an idea about what it does, stage 1 of addiction is fatigued. Stage 2 is fatigued and sickened. Stage 3 is fatigued, sickened, and drained. And then stage 4 is fatigued, drained, sickened, and stupefied. And all of them are raised to 2.
Interesting. So the people down south should be pretty stupid, right? Like if the people in that village are messing with these drugs, or they're they're without,
That's why
perhaps. Yes, but perhaps they are so weak that we don't have to worry about them. They might get a little hostile, but we could probably knock them out easy enough. And then take all their stuff under her breath.
Take their stuff. It would be good to cure them of this poison, right? Wouldn't it? And he looks over to Hammond for some kind of like backup here.
So I don't know how to. I think time is the only way to detox from this stuff. I don't know. I don't know that much about drugs, to be honest with you. I don't know that you're supposed to say no.
I'm too weak.
We should tell them they need to say no. Start a campaign. Just say no.
Well, that's why
I just came up with that.
I just came up with that.
It's
All
simple.
right.
Just say no.
You should put that on a t-shirt.
Like, there's no way
Drive
we'll
a
take
Corvette
more
to
drugs if we tell them to
schools.
just say no.
And then we show them a whole container of the drugs.
Yeah, we teach them all
And
about
tell
the
them
drugs.
exactly what the drugs
We tell them how they work and how good they
Okay,
feel.
okay,
This one will
fine.
give you
So,
a nice medium high. This one will get you a...
all right. So, hear me out. So,
Oh my
okay,
God.
like we don't want anything to do with this, right? So, Mr. Goody Two Shoes in the tank setup over here, can we, maybe turn this into the authorities and get some money? Like, is that another option? Because money's good.
It's just the thing in this area, there's no authorities.
There are no authorities.
we would take it with us.
I am
Yes.
the authority.
Yeah,
Who has the bag of holding?
So, funny enough, in Ustalav, which is where you are, that's kind of the nation. It is a loose conglomeration of, like, towns, city-states. There's not really, like, a central government that kind of rules over everything. And part of that is because of the Whispering Tyrant's influence in the past, essentially breaking the existing power structure and fracturing them to so much. Pretty much the only thing that's left behind from his influence years ago is a fear of him, a fear that he is like ever present and kind of lurking in the shadows in his so people are already paranoid with one another. In fact, you felt that paranoia when you in that very first town, and it took you a lot of effort to kind of like push them over to the point where like, okay, we're cool, right? That is a really good example of what the majority of Ustalav is like. So here's what we're gonna do. It's getting late. It is 12 in real life. It's 12:25, and while I don't want to, I could play for hours with you guys because I truly enjoy doing it. But I do have to go to church tomorrow. And to church?
I have to go to bed.
No, yeah.
So
I meant to playing longer. Yeah.
Got you. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let everybody kind of have, if you want to have a scene with one another, or yourself, kind of tell us what's going through your character's mind as all of this is going. Obviously, you got a lot of information. I went ahead and put the note that he got right there so that you could all read it for yourselves. So tell us what's going through your characters' minds. Tell us what they're doing, and we'll go from there. And why don't we? Who wants to start?
Right.
And maybe
where?
We're kind of like closing up shop for the night, and so
I know. But where did you put it?
The note. I just put it in chat. In Fantasy Grounds chat. If you scroll up a little bit, it says
dishes last.
Where it says I didn't sign up for Fantasy
okay.
Dare.
See,
that's
have combat tracker on, so I can't.
Scroll up.
That's okay. Yeah, that's the note that Maj got, and I'm sharing it with all of you because he shared it publicly. So if you want to have a scene with another person and kind of pull them into yours, that's fine. But let's go ahead and who feels? I'm gonna go ahead and the scene is set. The stage is yours. Take it away.
Well, I'll go ahead and start off because Maj is very uninterested in the conversation of the drugs. So I'm going to be doing exactly what I said in chat. At first, Maj is going to be looking through the box of documents and papers, seeing if there's anything of use. When he discovers or doesn't discover anything, he's just going to move on. You guys continue talking about whatever you are over there, as his hands glow as he pulls each weapon out of the box, trying to use detect magic to see if there's any power or emanation from each of these weapons that he's pulling out. He's also going to take the time with his crafting knowledge, try to determine if any of these weapons are even worth anything. But all the papers and everything he's already stored into the bag of holding, and he's just going to be trying to settle up everything there so that they can move on to the north.
The other thing that I would note too is that the other papers would be essentially documentation of a sorts of how, like, for about a little over a year now, of how this operation is already in full swing. It is safe to assume that this plan has been put into place and is currently blowing and going.
We have to go back and check on our village.
I was thinking too.
So with that said,
In the documentation, is there any note of our small town?
Yes.
Nobody messes with Vy'nia's home.
These undead armies are like the FBI, like putting crack in the.
Are you reading the documentation about your guys' home specifically?
Maj would have been perusing those papers looking for, what was it, Vigil's Hope?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I say we do this, but I say it's also like, I think we need to get back first, and then we'll discuss this with the town leadership.
We made it this far, but
We should first deal with the closest town, let them know what is going on, and then we can continue from there.
Sure.
If we can stop the supply routes from here, it will slow the supply routes to our small hamlet.
So we're gonna have to take these with us?
Well, I've already stuffed all the paperwork into the bag.
Okay.
After I've examined them.
Okay. What do you mean examine? Can you flesh that out for me? Like, are you just briefly looking over them, or are you, like, reading details?
I would be reading some pretty substantial details because I, have amazing recognition for a lot of
that's fair. I'm just
and
yes
reading ability.
My big thing is that's going to take time. So are you prioritizing? You just prioritizing the closest ones, or what are you?
I'm scanning the paperwork first, looking for any mention of our town.
Okay, you do.
What all of this.
you find a document entitled Vigil's Hope, and it does talk about several agents who have been infiltrating the town for over a year now. Actually, for close to 2 years.
One of them says Dirge hot dish on it.
Dun dun dun.
One of them says Lurge.
Oh no!
Okay.
All right.
I think Azgrymn is going to be like looking at the vial and twisting it back and forth as he's thinking about it. Looks over to Hammond first. Says, "We should probably destroy all of this and move on."
We should. We can't do it near the water supply. That's a good point. But this stuff, it's. I don't know if that's what infected Vy'nia, but
What?
it has the same effect. You saw her stumble, her eyes crossed. She could barely control herself. It's evil. It takes away
I
people's.
got poisoned. I didn't get drugged.
I didn't know she could hear me.
You're standing right next to me.
I have a very loud voice. I apologize.
Are you whispering?
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to praying.
All right. Anybody else closing out our session for tonight in terms of final thoughts going through your character's mind, final actions that they're taking?
Vy'nia wants to, yes, get rid of it, but also want to experiment with a little bit of it.
Yeah.
So
big deal.
she's
You missed out.
tryna-
Drugs.
You missed out on that
Secret
opportunity in college, so you need to do it now. I get it.
Yeah. Do you need someone to watch you? You know,
No.
like
She didn't say that out loud.
A
She's
trip
thinking.
Oh,
mentor.
we all heard you. You're sitting right there. We heard you.
I wonder.
No, this is. Vania's thinking if she can steal a couple more vials before these guys destroy it. That's all.
Sure. All right. What's going through Dirge's head?
Oh, well, you know, things. I don't know, he's just, I don't know.
That's so descriptive.
I don't know. It's,
Tired. You're late.
yes, I'm very tired. I've been working all day, so.
Maybe we'll just pick it up.
Okay. And Azgrymn, final thoughts. What's going through his mind?
Yeah, he mentions, the stuff about the destroying it to Hammond, and then he says, I need blood transfusion. I'm quite useless right now. We should take this and head on to the northwest. Continue with our plan.
Okay.
Again, if we stop the tide here, it will slow it to our home.
What's going through Hammond's head?
I really think that I wasn't trying to be funny about thinking about how addiction works and how it really does takes away people's agency and how it's just an evil sickness that people can't. It seems silly for there to be an undead army selling drugs, but it really is a good way to undermine a community. Is to just take away their agency and their sense of self and will. So.
Sure.
He's pondering about that and the morality of that. And he's really, really just getting pissed at the undead.
And Maj.
Maj has already said his piece. Maj has been looking through the paperwork, the documents, and when he's done with the documents and relayed all the useful information, he moves to the weapons to try to determine if there's any weapons of use.
Yes.
One more thing.
Yes, Azgrymn.
Azgrymn will look to Maj and say, is there any thing in the documents that say who specifically is selling these, or any marks or anything?
No.
Oh,
He'll pull out the documents that specifically refer to our town. And
Yeah, you should take a look for yourself. You are rather knowledgeable in the land and know the people better than us since we were gone for roughly 2 years. So you would be more familiar, would you not?
Yes, it's I mean, he would definitely be the one to be able to point out names, but I mean, I don't know if they'd say exact people on here. They'd just probably say contacts or the like.
Yeah.
Old names are usually reminiscent of those who they reflect. So if it says the mighty Wisconsiner, it might be, someone with a strange accent. It says,
The fuck is Wisconsin?
I don't know. It's a magical land that I just made up.
You see a name on who's selling the drugs. Sir Hammond.
Shut up.
No.
Sir Hammond is like behind Maz. And just,
He's like the anti-gay lawmaker who's like got all these like all these boy prostitutes in his house.
Oh no.
Maj turns around and casts fireball.
No, it is true. When you do look, it does say, make certain your agents contacts. It always uses a very undescriptive term. It does mention, it gives a few details, such as, it says, essentially it kind of refers to a code by which agents, or like a hand signal or something by which agents will know one another, kind of like very secretive ways. One of the big ways that, and you will have kind of like discovered this just through Vigil's fall, as well as Last Wall's fall, which is now known as the Gravelands. It became very apparent in the aftermath of all of that. This is knowledge you would have gained back in the town. Maybe it got shared somehow. That the Whispering Tyrant, when he broke out, it wasn't because of like the undead. It was because of cultists acting in his name. And so the reason I specifically bring that up is because you kind of mentioned it's kind of silly, like the undead selling drugs. But in reality, it's a lot of people. It's probably, you would be able to put two and two together, that it's probably cultists, followers, people who are able to, essentially just like blend in and undermine and do their work just like they did in Last Wall. So I'm certain that that's ringing some bells.
Just picturing a lich on a street corner in a hoodie.
Hey, you want to be alive forever?
Chaos.
I
use that chaos all the time, actually. Ghouls.
Oh, really?
Drug dealers.
That's amazing.
He's got a little baggie of shiver.
That is where we will end, is the lich on the corner offering shiver to kids, which is the storyline.
First taste is always free.
God dang it. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and close for tonight. Thank you all for who've been watching us or who listen to us later on in the videos. We appreciate that. And so remember to like and subscribe and do all that stuff. It helps us to grow. And I'm going to let everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Just say no.
Go to bed.
Just say no.
See you later. Goodbye.
Just say no. Good night, everybody.
Drink your water.